per se. As we bring our Morris Bard inactives here tonight, we will tell you Kyra Lewis Jr. is out, rehabbing that ACL on EJ Liddell. Another ACL, perhaps. Jackson Hayes sees his first action then this season. That to be determined. Perhaps our courtside analyst, David Wesley, will be all over it as, again, I noted May 4th, 2021. That was 17 months ago, David. I'm sure you remember it like yesterday. You have a much better memory than I do. That was the last time Zion Williamson competed in a game that counted on the Smoothie King Center floor. Tonight, the return. And among the big four is what we're calling them. All four.
Big four.
Know it. Hey, they know. They know when it's their time to cook. We noted that earlier in the show as, again, facing a Utah Jazz squad with a coach that's a year younger than me. Holy moly, I'm officially old. I am now covering a team that is has a 34-year-old at the helm. How about Will Handy?
Huh?
Will Handy, new Jazz head coach. Quinn Snyder, of course, stepped down after 8 seasons, and they have a 34-year-old at the helm. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel fine because, whatever I do doesn't concern him. He doesn't concern me. He's got a great opportunity. I don't know that they handed him a great team, but he's got them off to a 2-0 start, and they are firing on all cylinders. They believe in what they're doing. I'm not sure they can get the stops like they did last year, but they can certainly put the ball in the basket.
Well, 2-0. Who's the matchup? Who are we watching tonight?
Well, you got 7-footer Laurie Markkinen, and you got B.I. That's the matchup tonight. And Markkinen, he can put it on the floor. She said they called him Little Dirk, Junior Dirk. He can shoot it. He can shoot it with range, get to his mid-range. He's got a little post-up if he needs to. Both of these guys aren't the biggest guys in the world, but they're very long. Can Laurie affect what B.I. does? We'll see. And there's going to be a great matchup. I know B.I. is averaging 28. I expect him to get pretty close to that again tonight.
178 days since we were all last together, sitting right here. David, we were sitting right here.
And it was similar good time.
Oh, and it was after the Pelicans, starting at season 1-12, made their way into the play-in tournament only to make the playoffs, taking the top seed to 6 games. Let's build on that, right?
That gives them extra confidence. They came in here with a belief. We were there. Now we got to go.
And now, our courtside analyst making his debut has to go to the floor with Joel and AD next.
The 2023 time. Toyota. Let's go places.
Are you a referee?
Apple, Omaha. Hey,
illegal substitution.
Pylon.
Interception.
How many words? Break it into words.
Oh, I know it. Helmet catch.
Stop guessing the helmet catch.
Is it the Caesars Sportsbook app with Caesars rewards where the more you play, the more stuff you earn, and they have fast payouts because Caesar is the man? Yes! Is that a thing? What?
How is that even possible?
Nice job, Coach.
It's 27 words. Worst close ever.
Pretty obvious.
Possible.
Who was my favorite, Auntie?
The vibe in this office is great. That's why I'm still coming here.
We feel this office is special. Everybody takes on that persona of working together as a family. In New Orleans, in this area, we have a large Spanish-speaking community, and we're here for them. And not only Spanish, Arabic, Vietnamese. It makes those communities feel more comfortable.
For us, the quality and the professionalism and the courtesy is just worth it here. We enjoy coming back time after time.
If Damian Lillard accepted his spot at the end of the bench, he never would have been at the Rec Center before it opened. If he listened to those who overlooked him, he never would have heard his name called as a first-round pick. And if he let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped it. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo grew for those with a fighting spirit.
This is what we work for. The moments you live for. The joy. The heart. The wonder. At Entergy, we're dedicated to powering each moment. Today and for future generations. So we're leading the way with a cleaner, more reliable power grid to power every day. Because these moments matter. We power life. Entergy.
You know, becoming a chef was a bold decision, especially in a Haitian household. Every meal had beans and rice, very traditional. Cooking is all about you. It's about what you add to that dish. It's love, it's depth, it's darkness, it's rich flavors, things that have a zing, a spice, an extra little edge. That's actually hot. So I use that Orange yellow rice to put a New Orleans twist on the food I grew up eating. I'm Chef Charlie Pierre, and I'm bold like that.
You're watching Opening Weekend, presented by Under Armour. The only way is through. The heart of the team. The heart of the Big Easy. Valley Sports New Orleans. The heart of the fan.
Pelicans basketball on Valley Sports New Orleans. All brought to you by Smoothie King. And after a successful start on the road, Pels at home for the first time this year. They're facing a surprising team from Utah. And like the Pels, Utah perfect so far this season. Hi, everybody. Alongside Antonio Daniels, Joel Myers, David Wesley joining us in just a couple of minutes. And welcome to the Smoothie King Center for the home opener. And that's always big for a team. To finally be at home after a successful start to the season on the road. And after what we saw in Brooklyn, a similar situation for the Pels in Charlotte. Great balance, great scoring, depth across the board, 3 with 20 or more. But one guy from the beginning put his mark on the game. He had 12 in the first quarter before he sat down. He put together record-setting numbers. Jonas Valanciunas.
So, Joe, we are in a era of the NBA that's all about pace and space, right? Teams are playing small. They're playing small ball. And you know what? If teams are going to play small ball and you have a big that's as skilled as Jonas Valanciunas is, use him and punish him. They're paying so much attention to Brandon Ingram, so much attention to Zion Williamson, and it's almost like their teams are saying, allow Jonas Valanciunas to beat him. And you know what he's doing the first game, Joe? He is beating him. It's not just the 30 and 17. It's also the 8 of 11. But when you and I continue to talk about the benefit of having a 7-footer that is that good from the foul line and 13 and 14 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that means a great deal. You don't have to take them out of the end of games like we see with other 7-footers. Now, it is a totally different looking team from Utah. And boy, are they ever dangerous. Just ask Denver, ask Minnesota over the last couple of games. And they've got 3-point shooters and a lot of scoring. A couple of guys that stood out in particular, and they can flat out fill it up. Jordan Clarkson and Lowry Markkanen.
Right, so gone is Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Now you take Jordan Clarkson, 6th man of the year, 2 years ago, and you put him in the starting lineup, and he has so embraced that role. He is a flat-out bucket getter. He is a scorer. I've known this kid since he was young. He's from San Antonio. Can flat-out score the basketball. And now you put him alongside Lowry Markkanen, who a lot of people won't know, 7-footer, and it's extremely skilled. He was across the front line last year with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shooter. He can shoot the ball, excellent cutter, very skilled to be 7-foot. That gives them, along with Mike Conley, a formidable trio or threesome.
Yeah, and they've got, don't forget about Kelly Olynyk, and I'll go down the list of guys who can shoot threes. So you better be Velcro on the 3-point arc. That's what it boils down to. So we get ready for the matchup between two teams that are perfect so far over the first 2 games. And when we come back, it's going to be time for AD's Spotlight. He's going to look at the play of Brandon Ingram over the first couple, and in particular, how good he is at finding his teammates. AD's up next as we continue from the Smoothie King Center.
The number 3 means perfection. It's a party, not a crowd. In some places on Earth, it even evokes the divine. Choose between the advanced and dynamic 330i, the adrenaline-inducing M340i, or the electrified 330e. It really is a magic number. The 3. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. See your local BMW center today for exceptional lease and finance offers.
From early morning till late at night, I'm the hardest. I work
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
Red loved visiting Grandma's house, and after saving big at Amazon, she was ready for those uninvited guests. Shop legendary deals at Amazon.
Pelicans basketball on Valley Sports, brought to you by Smoothie King. Rule the day. By Energy. We power life. And by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome to the Smoothie King Center, downtown New Orleans. Tonight, in their home opener, your New Orleans Pelicans take on Jordan Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen, and the undefeated Utah Jazz. Tonight, on my player spotlight, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, let's discuss that dude. That dude is Brandon Ingram. At 28 points per game, we all know B.I. is a walking bucket. But we're going to focus on another area of his game, his passing. Good passers do 3 things. They make their teammates better, they trust their teammates, and they put their teammates in a position of success. You see B.I. collapse the defense, kick it out to a wide-open Herb Jones, splash. And you love this right here. I'm a huge fan of advancing the basketball. You see the ball travels faster than any player ever will. Kick it up to Trey Murphy, good finish at the rim. Here is the isolation for Brandon Ingram. Now you get Jose Alvarado setting the screen. This is called gravity. You get 2 with you, you've done your job. Now you trust your teammates. Now it's up to Jose to knock down that wide open 3-point shot. And finally, this may have been the biggest play of the game. Backdoor cut. Look at the patience. Again, the gravity. He has 2 guys with him. Time cut by Herb Jones. On time and on target delivery by Brandon Ingram. In my humble opinion, the biggest area of growth in B.I.'s game has been his passing ability. He set a career high last year in assists per game. He's picking up right where he left off. Starting lineup to tip next on Valley Sports New Orleans.
At Oxner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Oxner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Oxner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
What are the odds that Joel Embiid will lead his team to the top?
Where did this kid come from?
The Tom Post guy is freshman class.
The Sixers choose Joel Embiid. Want a break?
Let's go.
When Wingstop made a chicken sandwich, you know they wouldn't make just one. Now you can have 12 new sauce and toss favorites, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, and OG hot. So try the new chicken sandwich for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
All eyes are on the Bayou this year. Spotlight shining directly on the Pelicans. Yes, Willie Green's squad is the toast of the NBA. And how can they not be? The roster's stacked. Returning vets C.J. McCollum, Jonas Valanciunas, and Brandon Ingram vaulted the Pels into the playoffs last season, leaving LeBron's Lakers and the Clippers in their wake as they shocked the basketball world. And let's not forget about the young talent who put their names on everyone's lips last spring. Oh yeah, did I forget? Zion's back. Healthy and focused, the All-Star is back and ready to dominate once again. The Crescent City is ready for it because they're in it too. Fandom at a fevered pitch. Buy-in is at an all-time high. The old adage about high expectations is boom or bust. But in the Big Easy, it's all boom, baby.
Opening week presented by Under Armour. And it might be the 23rd of October, but it really feels like April 23rd. It feels like a playoff game is here in the Big Easy. That's the kind of atmosphere we have this evening at the Smoothie King Center. Welcome back once again. And it's exciting time for all of us. And the city is absolutely pumped. And the Pels here at home. And they turned out it's appreciated. It is packed. And I've been here a long time now, and I've never seen the upper concourse an hour before game time. Lines at every stand. Whether it was a carol, whether it was concessions. And then the roar you heard after C.J. McCollum, which is
number one, Zion Williamson.
They are introducing the starting five.
And at center, 6'11", from Lithuania, number 17, Jonas Valanciunas. And at forward, 6'8" from Duke, number 14, Brandon Ingram. And head coach for the Pelicans in his second season, Willie Green. And those were tonight's fight starting lineups.
So now that the starting five has been introduced, and it's great to have you with us. Verizon 5G, first five. I worry about Lauri Markkanen, only because he was 2 for 10 from beyond the arc a couple of nights ago in Minneapolis, but they have flat-out scores. Vanderbilt's the only guy who's not looking for a zone. Conley, Clarkson, Markkanen, Olynyk, and Vanderbilt, who had 14 boards a couple of nights ago in their overtime victory. And the first five for the Pels and a dangerous group that are going to give this league issues. C.J. McCollum, Herb, Zion, Brandon, and Jonas coming off 30 and 17. So alongside, as usual, at AD, and it's really nice to have David Wesley sitting here for his perspective. And this is an exciting time.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it's good times. It's good to be with you guys. Hopefully I can bring something to the show. Bring something to the show.
Billy Hernangomez is always bringing something, and that's energy. He's a positive guy. The MVP of Eurobasket, AD. You got a key matchup for me?
Key matchup today. Today, this is pretty simple. You know, in boxing, they say styles make fights, right? So we are going style versus style. What I mean by that is this. The Utah Jazz shoot 44 threes per game, but they're shooting them at a 41% clip. They're first in the league in assists per game, which means they're hitting a lot of those threes that they're taking. This is behind the arc basketball team. The Pels, on the other hand, are first in the league in second chance points, average 62 points in the paint, and are first in rebounding. Basically, somebody's style has to give today.
Is this a playoff atmosphere? Is it your face?
Oh, man, is it?
When you look upstairs and you see all these fans, it's unbelievable. We have not seen a first game or first 20 games like this.
Yeah, the positive energy that is around this city now for this ball club, it is really appreciated. So here we go. Curtis Blair, the crew chief. He's working with Ray Acosta and Jason Goldenberg. And let's see. Jonas is going to be jumping with Olynyk. Vanderbilt will most likely have him. But we'll see if it's Kelly Olynyk down on the block.
Which I think is good because Jared Vanderbilt, I thought he probably did the best job guarding Brandon Ingram last year with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Vanderbilt's going to start the game. And he's going to start on Zion. So now plenty of time on the opening shot clock and almost given away on the dribble bounce handoff. CJ wanted Brandon. That's taken away. He should drive a Harvard. And on the spin up, the man beginning. This is the footwork. This is what we do at the out. Yeah, what we do in the start.
So, Laurie, he's got offense. Defense.
And I like this because this is a matchup that they can exploit. Laurie Markkanen's lack of foot speed to try and stay with Brandon Ingram, this could be something you exploit throughout the course of the game.
So they look bad. Clarkson thought about their three. Now the catch down, so it's Vanderbilt. And the first lead against the Pels this season is from a non-shooter.
You will take that. What did you say? You will take that every day and twice.
Send the bus for a and the Pels regain the lead right away, but it went better than 96 minutes, which is the longest spell to begin with. So the Pels get it right back.
Again, the first two shots are going to be on.
Knocked away, and Olynyk blows the opportunity. A challenged opportunity.
Another one of their strengths is Pelicans and rebounding basketball. It's got to be one and done. They can't give them a second and third opportunity.
Because in this league, second and third opportunities end up with wide open three-point shots.
First game, Pels rebounded him 61-39. CJ, a little closer. You saw that coming.
And we talked about in the pregame show, Jonas' ability to stretch the floor. Kelly Olynyk was so concerned with getting back to Jonas to shoot that three-point shot that he never stopped the basketball.
He saw that 30 and 17. He knows he has to keep a body on it.
Not really thought about it. And on the run out, Vanderbilt again. Right. So a 3-point lead for the Pels with the basketball. CJ looking for three. And Jonas tipped it. Is going right to her about a bounce. But gang rebounding. That's the reason the Pels have dominated the last first two.
You love that. See, you can see Kelly Olynyk not fully committing to the basketball because, like you said, David, when Jonas goes out and gets you 30 and 15, 30 and 17, now you have to pay him a lot of attention.
Watson wide. Good box out. So it down to the baseline, Herbert. Old school. As it's out of bounds. So the Pels up by 3 early. There's a buzz in the building. And oh, by the way, the Lakers lost. They're 0-3 now. McCollum shares it. Zion wants to get back to the strong side. Instead, Jonas, who got Olynyk out of position. And the spin with the left hand a little bit short. Olynyk play.
That's a really nice move. He just had to finish.
So almost 3 minutes in. Clarkson, good mid-range shooter. More of a mid-range. And off the glass with the left hand.
He can do that. And this is what Jared Vanderbilt's really good at for them. The classic glue guy.
Look how it goes. Instead, free throws for Laurie Markkanen. So a mistake by the Pels on the inbound series. 2:55 gone. Utah, like the Pels, got to the playoffs last year. But they were knocked out in the first round. 8-6 games by Dallas. And then Quinn Snyder said, I think I'm ready for a break. And left. So they've gone to the playoffs 6 consecutive seasons. They've been knocked out in the first round 3 times, knocked out in the second round 3 times, and they've got a 34-year-old head coach because of it, Will Harden.
Right, and maybe that was a reason for the shift in coaching, because maybe, obviously I don't know, maybe they felt like they had reached their pinnacle with Donovan Mitchell and also with Rudy Gobert, Royce O'Neal, Ingles, and those guys.
Well, that was my question. Like, was it time to, 3 years, playoffs, you're out. Is it time to make changes, or I think getting to the playoffs gives you a chance every year?
I think Quinn Snyder felt like it was time. That's another excellent defensive play by Jared Vanderbilt.
His lane. And Clarkson pulls up a takeaway, yes.
As we talked about, offensive rebounding will lead to wide open 3-point shots. So are turnovers when they get an opportunity to get out of transition.
They're averaging 10 steals a game as a team.
Brandon Ingram working against Markkanen and going to the line.
He should cook today because he has a clear-cut foot speed advantage over Laurie Markkanen.
Get on the grill. Get your mitts out. Yeah. Your spatula?
Yeah,
let's go.
That's right. Get your spatula out. Start tenderizing your meat. That's right.
He's getting tender. Markkanen's getting tender.
So the free throw line is Brandon Ingram. Off to a great start. And short on the first 2. But he's all NBA talent. And I think that recognition is going to come as he is now in his 6th year, a 25-year-old. You can see the frustration. but a natural leader by example.
We don't talk enough about Brandon Ingram. We really don't. We do not talk enough about quality. Star quality is an undertaking.
Right.
When the guy is 2 years removed from most improved player, an all-star, last year averaged 23 career high in assists, and now he's giving you 28, 8 assists, and he's afterthought? Oh, no. That speaks to how talented this team is.
Good work on the boards. The bounces down. So Jonas taking care of Olynyk. And Brandon Ingram will share with CJ. Jonas clean look for three. Big guy strong. Vanderbilt, one and done. He comes off 14 boards. The overtime win of Minnesota. And that was an emotional game for these guys because of the trade they made with Gobert. All those picks, 5 first-round picks from Minnesota for Gobert. And players like Beasley, Vanderbilt, Clarkson caught in the air. And Olynyk, they wanted to walk, but he took his twice. Yeah, he did. He broke twice. And they don't get the three out of it. On the deflection, it'll belong to the Pels. Olynyk, it was a two-step, wasn't it? You thought it was in Texas. And they're going to be in Texas, first of a back-to-back and first of 3 over the next 4 nights. So they play tomorrow night in Houston, then back at home for the Utah club. You know what I can't say.
I know what you can't say.
3-point game. A 7-1 run the last couple of minutes for the Utah club. And it's a hold on Olynyk. Otherwise, it's a turnover.
What do they call it, Joe?
FC. Utah FC.
The Utah club? You don't want to say that 4-letter word, huh?
Well, everybody here knows Mr. Benson years ago tried to buy it back for 7 figures plus. Multiple 7 figures. And it'd be nice they could rebrand their team, but they decided to pass on it. Now Zion, take a view rack. He will. There's no roadblock there.
Yeah, I think he just ran through the roadblock. That's still bully ball. Yeah. He's always on balance. He's always on balance.
We don't have roadblocks in New Orleans. We only have potholes.
A lot of potholes. I can't tell you how many times I done looked to the shop to get my tire changed.
Good pass, but it's deflected. They wanted to give it to Vanderbilt. Now you got a little mini break. CJ will take it back to Brandon Green.
I love the decision by CJ McCullough. We talked about point guard being a mindset, not just a skill set. And what he did, he went with the intention of scoring. And once he collapsed to, made the right feed and read to B.I. in the corner.
Godley denied. Good job by Hurd. Inside a 10 on the shot clock for Marketed. Ooh, take it away.
I didn't think there was any way he was going to get that.
Zion up against Conley, blocked away. Vanderbilt's the lane. We talked about it. How about a back-to-backer? Strong for Brandon Ingram. So the Pels by 2, almost halfway through the opening 12. Clarkson didn't see that coming, did he? Neither did the rearview mirror. Clarkson now 30 years of age. Hard to believe he's been in the league as long as he has. And a wide open market and breakdown for the Pels defensively.
Jordan Clarkson's really embracing this starting role. You know, he's accustomed to being a quote-unquote higher gun and coming off the bench and just getting buckets. But now what you're seeing in these first 2 games is his ability to do other things outside of just scoring the basketball.
Zion, take it yourself and follow it yourself. He will.
I wonder when he's going to start getting that confidence. He had an elbow wide open shot. He works on that. You know, it's so tough. Let that flow. Think about that, too. But if I can get to the rim, I mean, yeah. You know what I mean? If I can get to the rim, why wouldn't he? There's no one that's been able to stop Zion from getting where he wants to get on the floor.
But wouldn't that, speaking of last game where he's struggling with it,
right.
Wouldn't that help that a little bit, open that up, if he's able to get 15, 17, 20?
Smart play by C.J. McCollum inside. Pels back up by a couple. As the Pels, 7 of 13 from the field. Now Conley has been quiet. And Vanderbilt with the left hand, a little bit strong. Got to go for the loose stuff. Marketing got there and was going to the line. He was quickest to it. Pels are not winning the 50-50 balls right now.
The thing about Lauri Markkanen is very, very skilled. He's a very skilled 7-footer. He just has not been able to stay on the floor. You see C.J. McCollum right here using his size and strength over Mike Conley. You got a good one. Pels by 2.
69.8 cubic feet or inflatable fun. Up to 40 miles of uncharted terrain per gallon. 37.7 inches of headroom.
That's definitely my win.
For tall tales.
2 number 4s for even bigger appetites. Amazing how much life you can fit into a RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
With Ibotta, getting cash back on everyday purchases is a slam dunk. We've partnered with the New Orleans Pelicans to pass the cash back on groceries, clothing, and more. In store or online. The average saver earns $120 a year. You don't have to be a pro to score big cash. That's what we're here for. Download the free app today and start earning.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. He asked all his therapists to help him undertake some of the house chores. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
You're watching the home of Pelicans basketball, Valley Sports New Orleans.
On behalf of myself, the Pelicans players, staff, and organization, I want to thank you guys for your continued support in advance on what we're trying to accomplish this season. We got a lot on our mind. We're putting in work every day to make sure that this season doesn't end how last season did. So we're going to need y'all help throughout the year. We're going to need your help throughout the year so we can hang a banner.
They loved it. They didn't like it. They loved it. Nobody says that around here since I've been around. I like the attitude going in. Hang a banner.
Well, I mean, speak it into existence.
That's right.
I mean,
if you don't believe, who else will?
Right.
And then we already know from the last 2 or 3 seasons that everybody else don't believe. Now they getting on board now.
Now, first play out their timeout as Brandon Ingram stays out there. Larry Nance Jr. is taking over. For Yellow's down and shoot is mid-range. And look at the activity playing. So small ball 5, but you see the way he can beat other guys inside.
The thing is, these bigs are so worried about Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, that they're not even concerned with these guys, whether it's Jonas Valanciunas hitting the offensive glass, Larry Nance hitting the offensive glass. These guys get free runs to the rim.
Triggers in the game, along with those others. Walker Kessler, he's just checked here. As Clarkson got where he wanted to go. Too strong, though. Good box out. Larry Nance Jr. inside position on Kessler. Great kid. The National Defensive Player of the Year last season. Brandon Ingram in range. It looks good.
Anytime he hits you with that hesitation around the foul line, all he's doing is getting in the rhythm to raise up.
Now, Colin Sexton is also checked in. We're happy he's on the floor. After tearing his ACL last year, Jose on top of the basketball takes it away. Najee going the other way downhill as usual for him. Moving. 4 minutes to play. Trey, not settling. Blocked away by Martin and stays with it. Goes to the line. No, they didn't call it. He'll take it.
Even though that's the same call where Martin just got, but you love the fact that Trey Murphy just played through the contact.
Marketer of the late pick. So Lennox stays out there. Sexton played 19 minutes of the Minnesota game.
That's not who Colin Sexton is. He is very, very good at putting his head down to get to the rim. You like this by Jose. Anytime, me and David were talking about this before the game. When this is a three-point shooting team, you have to be able to contain the basketball. Yes. That was second effort, the second jump, quick second jump by Trey Murphy.
Yeah, the more this team can stay out of help the rotation situations, the better they will be able to guard this period for the Utah Jazz.
It'll be off Brandon Ingram. See you later. Brandon Ingram, by the way, he's averaged 20, 28, 20 or more he's had in 8 of the last 11 against this team, and he sparked a 6-0 run for the Pels. And I see you, Najee. Well, Najee was on the floor at the end of the Charlotte game for defense.
I love that, because what that is Willie Green basically saying, and Najee didn't really score the basketball, but this will always get you on the floor. Effort will always get, especially on the defensive side of the basketball.
35-year-old Rudy Gay has checked in. His second season with Utah after the previous 4 with San Antonio. Late pick. Kessler wants it back. Malik Beasley did his marketing. That's his game. He's got a beautiful stroke. You and I both have said this before. Why keeps moving Chicago, and as part of that Jimmy Butler deal, that drive break with marketing.
The thing is, he only averages 51 games a season. That's the big reason as to why, because he hasn't been able to stay on the floor.
Blake and Rudy Gay, marketing. Dutch Glass, it stays with it. And just like that, marketing with the last 5 to tie to 22.
And the thing is, you don't question his talent.
Never.
You don't question his talent one bit. You don't question his skill. All you can question over his first 5 years in the league is his availability.
Average 15 a game for the Cavs last year. Boy, side to side. Najee, a little bit short. A good look for Brandon. He won't get there. Good job. Almost to be out of hurt. Yeah, is he okay?
Najee got him in his elbow.
Yeah, timeout coming. So that's for Brandon to clear his thoughts. So hopefully he'll be able to stay out there, and it looks like he's okay. So they're both getting back in transition. Hand to the face. It's all even at 22.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer. Death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occur. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupts the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Oh, yeah. My life used to be quite boring. Just sitting on the couch, at the office, the occasional restaurant. But now, wow, I'm living the dream. This week alone, I've been to 2 basketball games and a concert. I've never felt more alive in my life. Get your seat tickets to sports, concerts, and live events. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Beautiful day for basketball.
The NBA is BACK, meaning everyone everywhere is about to go OFF.
Time for another run. No sleep to repeat.
We don't have too much time for a history lesson.
Yes, we do.
This is season 76.
Try 77. Brand new year, same old hope. It's our year.
Nah, this is our year.
What's happening next is happening now. And this game isn't leaving anybody behind.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at our energy power plays. And the creatures that do. Brandon Ingram, this is the first play of the game. You love the fact that he is attacking a guy who is very skilled on the other end in Laurie Marketing. But you're going to test his foot quickness on this side of the basketball. And right now, he has it going inside that 3-point line. 4 or 5 in the field, 10 points, and counting.
So tied at 22, with the Pels shooting 53% compared to 42% for Utah. Utah, though, and you brought it up, 3 of 9 on their triples. They're going to take a ton of threes. Live by it, die by it. Now, Trey Murphy with Zion back on the floor. Take it yourself, he will. Locked away. That's Walker Kessler, Defensive Player of the Year in college basketball last year. Talon Horton-Tucker just came in and threw it away. Sexton left the premises momentarily. But how about Kessler? Man.
Well, and he was the help defender, so he could see that coming. He's standing under the block already. You make him pick the ball up, and now you got a longer defender coming across to get that block.
And I love the fact that they're going to Zion. Now you got to be cognizant of Kessler. Exactly.
Good pass.
And this is how guys learn.
Zion trying to get it back. Could have been three in the key.
Kessler's doing a really good job right now of just clogging up that paint.
Down Horton-Tucker on the step back.
Rudy Gay right there. That's what he always does.
Somebody's got to box out Sexton.
He's got to be like 5'3".
24,
Gay,
22.
Forever. The fact that you say that he's 35 years old lets you know when you get in the upper 30s, you're considered a dinosaur in this league.
He's also been around different teams. He's been around a long
He's had
time.
a very, very successful career.
Yes, he has.
Now, Tyler Horton-Tucker sharing it. He's not a three-point shooter. Neither is Sexton. And it stays a 2-point game. Into the final 40 seconds of the opening 12. And nice game. High percentage.
And you think if you're Jose Alvarado, we always say KYP, know your personnel. Colin Sexton is very fast and really good at getting to the lane. But he's shooting 25% from the three-point line. So if you want to raise up from that three-point line, that's a shot you're going to have to live with.
Absolutely. Horton-Tucker again. Curls it home. He wants to drive. He does not want to shoot outside. So recognize that. So final shot coming up for the Pels. It'll be Jose Alvarado. And here comes decision-making time. Zion of the pick. Late and an offensive ball.
Gotta wait. Guards gotta wait.
Yeah, but that play was kind of.
It was taking too long to develop.
Kind of discombobulated from the beginning. You can see Willie trying to get the pieces of the puzzle together. And like you said, as a guard, you kind of have to wait. You can see Zion still moving.
5 turnovers already on the Pels. So sloppy start. We spoiled that first game. They had 12. Most of the fourth had a final 13 for the final minute. But for the most part, they played really clean basketball. So Sexton going to bring it in. I will be with it again. Now, extra shooter. Gale bring it in. And just checked in. The 22-year-old from Argentina.
That's what Sexton
right. And he got there. Right. But couldn't get the finish. So he's downhill all the way. Pels down by 2 and keeping everything into perspective as Utah in the corner on a 9-2 run. Don't forget the Pels did get their second win last season until mid-November.
Are you a referee? Apples. Omaha. Illegal substitution. Pylon. Interception. How many words? Break it into words. Oh, I know it. Helmet catch. Stop guessing the helmet catch.
Is it the Caesar Sportsbook app with Caesar's rewards? But the more you play, the more stuff you earn, and they have fast payouts because Caesar is the man?
Yes! Is that a thing? How is that even possible?
Nice job, Coach.
It's 27 words. Worst clues ever. Pretty obvious. Possible. Who was my favorite, Archie?
Undercurrents of oak and cinnamon stir. Striking spirited chords of vanilla and spiced caramel.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com.
Every day, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Tarrant County helps thousands of kids access the resources they need to build a great future. With high-quality youth development programs, positive mentors, and a safe place to go, every child is given the tools they need to reach their full potential. Now and always, the Boys and Girls Clubs is a beacon of hope for kids and families. They continue to ensure that every child who walks through the door of a club knows they can live a life without limitations. Because at the Boys and Girls Clubs, they do whatever it takes to build great futures.
You're You're watching Opening Week, presented by Under Armour. The only way is through.
Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the second quarter with Utah up by 2. 9 3-points off turnovers, a +6 for Utah, and that is the difference. Don't forget, tickets are still available for Tuesday night, Luka and the Mavs, and they just drilled Memphis and Ja last night at home. So that is available. And then don't forget, Pels go out on the road, Phoenix, Clips, Lakers, come home Friday, November 4th, be here, taking on the Golden State Warriors. Go to Pelicans.com right now. So that's Tuesday, this Tuesday, and then Pelicans.com for the game against the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. And Zion trying to post up early and kind of rooted out by Rudy Gay for an early foul.
Now, if you're Larry Nance, you understand that they're going to help off of you, right? You're going to be the guy that they're helping off of. So you have to put yourself in a position to make them pay. Jonas does a really good job of doing this. You have to put yourself in a position to make them pay when Zion's gravity brings that ball with him.
Like getting in the dunker spot, taking up the space when they're playing midway.
Larry Nance wanted a little up and under. Kept it alive. Trey did. Nance after it. It scores free to Talon Horton-Tucker, the former Lakers second-round pick. He's still only 21 years of age, and now his third season. And he'll get there again. Collapses the defense for that guy's been that forever.
That's a classic Utah Jazz possession. That's what they want to do. It's starting with THT, penetrating, kicking it out, ABC pass to a wide open shot.
And that's why it's so important to contain the basketball. Once they break you down, and he got all the way to the basket, probably could have made a play at the basket. He passes it, and it starts all over. There's the drive, kick.
Yep, and look at how wide open that is for Rudy Gay.
5-point game, largest lead so far for Utah.
Joel, David, I know this league is about star power, but sometimes the hardest teams to play against the passing, Joe. The hardest teams to play against are teams that full of guys with chips on their shoulders. You look at everybody in this game right now, outside of possibly Mike Conley, everybody that's in the game right now for the Utah Jazz. Another team has given up on this somewhere for the rest of their career.
Devontae takes it away. And on the break, it'll be Devontae leaving it. Good decision. Zion on the hammer.
That's nice. That's real nice.
And that's the type of play that may get Zion going. I like the unselfish play by Devontae Graham, because he had a layup too.
Yeah, you got to recognize when your guys are struggling, get them easy.
Conway in the pocket pass, smart play. Same guy, different result. You got it, different corner. Rudy Gay getting past with Zion, wants it on the box. Let's see if there's help on that side. Vanderbilt's not guarding anybody.
Right, and that's what I mean. You just said it. Vanderbilt's not guarding anybody.
How about that pass?
Sure. 32-year passing by Larry Nance and Zion. You just said it. Vanderbilt's not guarding anybody, so this is what David just referenced about putting yourself in the dunker spot or cutting to the middle like you just did. Making yourself available.
6-0 on their run with the Pels are up by 1. Conley was looking for Beasley. Extra pass, Beasley. It comes out by Larry Nance. Floor space. Zion on one side. Trigger. He's got it.
Another excellent decision in transition by DJ McCollum.
It's a two-pointer.
Excellent decision.
Yes.
Trey, pitch. This is simple basketball. You defend on one end, get that ball out in transition. Get it to Trey Murphy in the court. Offensive defense. This completes at 8:01. Drop it up to that man.
The 2023 Top Toyota. Let's go places.
At Oxner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Oxner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Oxner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Literally Balling is the title of my art studio. I'm trying to build layers of meaning into each piece, showing people that basketball can be a platform for community to come together, make moves that start movements. Hennessy, the spirit of the NBA.
The NBA is back, and with FanDuel, this season's looking better than ever. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet and get up to $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. Plus, all customers get 3 months of NBA League Pass with a $5 bet from America's #1 sportsbook. That's right. Not only do you get a no-sweat first bet, you can also watch NBA League Pass on us. Make every moment more with FanDuel.
When Wingstop made a chicken sandwich, you know they wouldn't make just one. Now you can have 12 new sauce and toss favorites, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, and OG hot. So try the new chicken sandwich for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Welcome back. It's your New Orleans Pelicans with a 3-point lead. Thanks to plays like this by C.J. McCollum. We talk about point guard being a mindset, not just a skill set. If we freeze it, now it's on C.J. to drive here, collapse the defense, and it's on Trey to fade to the corner. So when C.J. does penetrate, now once he draws, freeze it, once he draws, Taylor Horton-Tucker, now he does his job. Deliver that ball on time, on target, wide open 3-point shot for Trey Murphy. Excellent decision by C.J. McCollum.
Kelly Olynyk back into the game and going to the line for a 3-point opportunity on the reach and a total breakdown defensively out of the timeout.
You know, that's one of the hardest plays to guard, though. Because it's an inverted pick and roll. It's a reverse pick and roll. So you have the guard setting a screen on the big, as opposed to the big setting a screen on the guard.
Guard exchanges and the opposite are there's always a mistake made because guards aren't used to showing, helping, whatever the case is.
Fighting over,
exactly.
Fighting through.
Good share. Larry from the corner. Jump three and challenged by Olynyk. So it's tied at 32. Got to stop the basketball.
This is what they do.
Yeah,
penetrate and pitch.
They'll finish, believe it or not. Trey blocks it out. Devontae's got numbers. He's got, do it himself. Triple. Got it.
That's his best shot. In transition, off the bounce is his best shot.
In rhythm. Mm-hmm. Jackson Hayes about to make his first appearance.
No, it's up for everybody.
No, you can attest to that.
Yeah.
Like, you can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pull up in transition. That is not an easy shot. But it's his shot.
It's definitely his.
They got to switch. Somebody's got to help. Olynyk couldn't get the finish.
Devontae Graham said, Joel, I got this.
Yeah.
Nobody got it.
That's just not a bad pass. Big. What a pass. Vince.
Vanderbilt thought about it. Let him take it if he wants it. And he'll get it. Taylor Horton-Tucker did not hit threes at that percentage of the first 2 seasons with the Lakers.
I talked last game about CJ and Zion developing a connection for one another. It's a great shot by CJ. And if you remember a few years back when Zion averaged 27 points a game on 61% of the field, he caught a ton of lobs. You just have to be prepared to throw that ball to the corner of the glass and let him go get it.
You got to play with your head up, right?
Yep.
Good job defensively by Zion. 7 of the shot clock for Conley.
It's also like a quarterback throwing his receiver open. Right. You have to trust. I'm going to put it up to here, and the big fella's going to go get it.
Right. I'm going to throw it to where you're going, not where you're at.
Right.
See that ball right to the corner of the glass. That's exactly where you have to throw it. Trust your man to go get it. Zion is so good at sealing his man and looking for that lob. Yep. You just have to be prepared to let it go and trust him to go get it.
Foul on Murphy. By Blanket. As they bring it to the side. Conley's 3. Not close. And out of bounds. Jared Vanderbilt was on the baseline with 4. He got up into the air.
I'm a firm believer in today's NBA. Every team needs a Jared Vanderbilt.
A hard worker.
A PJ Tucker.
Yes.
I mean, these kind of guys.
That don't need the basketball.
Right. They're two guys to help you win basketball games.
Jonas back into the game.
Punish him. Punish him.
Shares with Jackson Hayes, so two bigs in there. Right back, but you can see that coming. Trey trying to get it back. So it'll be turnover for the Pels. Far too many this early. Atlantic on the run out. Great pass for Vanderbilt. And timeout for Willie Green on the breakdown defensively. So this is a three-point shooting team. If you run past them, then you're in scramble mode defensively. So 2 of the turnovers, 11 points off the 6 turnovers. And a 3-point game.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
We have a really good life in Chicago. He's just going to see his cousins. Even you left Mississippi, Mama.
Breaking news, the body of Emmett Till has been found.
You bring Emmett's black suit. Those in no kind of shape to be seen, but he said just the right shape. The whole world has to see what happened to my son.
Either freedom for everyone or freedom fails.
Till rated PG-13. The 2023 Ford F-150 trucks are coming, meaning more ways to haul, tow, go, and do. And with more ways than ever to make it your own. Plus, if you order now, you'll lock in your price and lock in your rate. Do more in a 2023 Ford F-150. Custom order yours today. Lock in 3.9 for 60 and get $500 bonus cash when you order a 2023 Ford F-150. Only at your Southern Quality Ford dealer.
What's for dinner? Panera. Freshly prepared with clean ingredients. It's not just a night off from cooking, it's a delicious night on for everyone at the table. Panera. Only $1 delivery fee on our app.
Can I help you?
I wanted to mail this.
England is our messenger pigeon. What?
Oh my God.
This is mostly secure. Mostly. Fairly secure. Yes, sir.
This is crazy.
You know what else is crazy? That SMS text that he's sending? It's unencrypted. Other people might see your text just like other people might see that letter.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Well, in celebration of Junior NBA Week, Pels hosted a junior training camp at the Hines Charter School in New Orleans. JTC's presented by Smoothie King, also by Ochsner. You know, they're going to have it throughout the year. You can see the smiles on their faces. How excited they are to be a part of it all. So the youth athlete programs are going to continue fundamental drills. They'll learn the game. They'll enjoy the ice cream here at the Smoothie King Center as well.
You like Dippin' Dots? What's a Dippin' Dot?
I don't.
You like them?
I don't discriminate against them. They're good. I like any candy. Yeah. Those faces were great. Oh, the kid. Dippin' Dots ice cream. Now, it's Devontae. And Kessler again. Trailing as Clarkson for 3. Blocked away by Jackson. So a foul and a couple of free throws for playing through the whistle. Jackson Hayes with the block.
Good to see B.I. here at the scores table. Check it back in.
Needs to be on the floor, and here comes Herbert Jones as well. So to slow down offensively.
If you let this team get in transition, get up tempo, and then you're out of sorts and you're not matched up, they're getting offensive rebounds. This is how this team gets confidence, starts playing at a higher level. And right now, they're kind of laying in the weeds. You got to get this game under control, especially when you're turning the ball over alone.
That's what you can't do.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And they're out running.
Right, you can't turn the basketball over against a team that shoots the ball at this rate. Again, they're shooting 44 threes a game, but they're shooting at a 41% clip.
Now Herb sees the crease all the way up. Good attack. Downhill. Space out front. Yeah, made the most of it. Pels by 3. We're almost halfway through the second quarter. Foul off the ball.
Herb Jones is getting better with every day.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. They call it on Herb. 14 foul already on the Pels. So they bring it on the side. Marketing, he was the hot hand over. And Brandon's going to match up with him. Multiple picks for Marketing. And Jackson Hayes fine with a shot clock. So they made the big moves with Mitchell going away, Gobert going away. Good job by Jackson Hayes.
I tell you the thing you look at. Like, David, you were talking about this team playing in the weeds. Remember, this also is a team that's first in the NBA in points per game. You know what I mean? So they're averaging almost 128 points per game right now. They're sitting on 41.
And the weeds.
Right. But offensively, the Pelicans team's not playing maybe it's like they would like to, but defensively they're playing very well.
Jackson Hayes strong. Last touch by Sexton. Able to run to the Pels. Right now the Pels defensively, though, are fighting on every uppick. And all of a sudden, they're buying. And things break down defensively. Brandon Ingram comes over to the sideline.
Back out again.
Yep. And he's going right back to the locker room with Tom Maystad, the trainer. Man, that's a... Pels bring it in. Herb. Now who's going to pick it up offensively? Herb on the run. And the floater won't work. So 1 point lead for the Pels. The concern now with Brandon Ingram going back to the locker room. You see?
There's that fade again.
Yep.
And the thing I don't want to... Listen, it's really easy to sit here and say that...
You have to contain the ball?
Don't go for pump fakes. When you have guys that are... Kelly Olynyk's a really good shooter. Laurie Markin is a really good shooter. Jordan Clarkson is a really good shooter. So you have guys that can shoot the ball. It's difficult to not fight on those pump fakes.
Right.
But it's a part of being disciplined defensively as well.
Pels are 1 of 2 at the free throw line. It's now 7 of 7 at the strike. For Utah. Remember, Lauri Markkanen is only 25 years old. What a future. 7th overall pick by Chicago in that Jimmy Butler deal. The pick came from Minneapolis. Then he went to Cleveland, came over with Sexton in the Donovan Mitchell deal. The others had the baseline, but wanted to gather first. On the repost, here comes the double, and it's taken away. Another turnover for the Pels. 8-2 run for Utah. Good job. Right, Devontae Graham.
Well, Laurie Markin has been the best player in the game tonight.
Kessler got it away from the eye. Blocked away by Graham. Of all people, last touch by Kessler. Give me a break.
And look at the pitch, though.
That's a second
footer.
Yes,
it's a second footer at the apex.
That doesn't pump you up, now they will.
I'll give Devontae Graham the ball back.
Nice, taking it. Got there. Couldn't finish. So dry spell for the Pels offensively. And they're going to transition for an easy one. Pels aren't back. No floor balance defensively. And they're going to transition for an easy one. Pels aren't back. No floor balance defensively. And they're down only by 3. Not playing the best basketball.
I don't know.
That's the positive. They're only trailing by 3, and they've not been able to get to the free throw line. They've been outscored by 7 there.
I'll tell you what the basketball player inside of me is thinking. When Devontae Graham at 6'2" blocks a 7-footer like that, he has to touch the ball in that next possession.
69.8 cubic feet for inflatable climbing. Up to 40 miles of uncharted terrain per gallon. 37.7 inches of headroom.
That's definitely not mine.
For tall tales. 2 number 4s for even bigger appetites. Amazing how much life you could fit into a RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Oh yeah, my life used to be quite boring. Just sitting on the couch, at the office, the occasional restaurant. But now, wow, I'm living the dream. This week alone, I've been to 2 basketball games and a concert. I've never felt more alive in my life. Get your seat tickets to sports, concerts, and live events. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Now, so far, the block of the season. That belongs to the smallest player on the floor, Devontae Graham.
I love how excited the bench got for him.
Now, let's see what the play call is out of the timeout. We hope everything works for Brandon Ingram. He's back in the locker room right now. Clear out for Jonas. He has yet to score. Got away with a walk. Herb on the run out. And the take.
And that's what you have to do. When Jonas Valanciunas, they go down and they double. If he kicks that ball out, you have to be prepared to make a play. Catch and shoot, catch and drive.
And they ran out on Herb.
Right, be decisive.
Jordan Clarkson. Quiet. That's what you worry about. Kessler on the pick. Clarkson's up the ball away. You can see that. That's a layup for him, and he blows it. Kessler blocked away by Herb Jones, but they're going to call the foul on Herb. More free throws. Ooh, right on top of the basketball.
Remember last year we saw talk about maybe Herb in his second year won't get those rookie calls anymore? Maybe the officials are waiting for Herbert to get to 82 games played.
Not so much.
I guess not. Man.
And we know the official will look at it to make sure it was the correct call at halftime. We're positive of that.
Message.
2-point game. And a short one by Kessler, but protect the basketball. They're a hard-working team. Talk to Jeff Hornets, that's one of their assistant coaches. I said, what's he like? He goes, this guy's really work hard. Good take by CJ. This is good. Not there. Kessler will clear it away. So that first round pick, and it wasn't theirs. We'll talk about that in a minute. Walker Kessler. He's got it for the easy one.
This is what we were talking about earlier, though. When the big sits back because he's not guarding the shooter, now that guard can turn that corner coming off that pick and roll out.
Because he's going to be looking for a good drive and kick. And Jonas couldn't clean it up. Keeps it locked, stays with the play. Real quick. Ball balls. Jonas. Back up. Go to the free throw line. Great work. If he doesn't have 10 rebounds, he got going.
10 rebounds on the back.
Just that alone. By the way, they called a foul on Herb from behind.
And I'm going to tell you how you know Jonas was working hard. Because his hair moved. His hair moved. So you know he was working his tail off. Look at this, though. Look at this.
2.
No, that's, now I count 2. 4, 3, 4.
So Jonas goes to the free throw line. It'll be the third and fourth attempts in the first half of the Pels. With 13 and 14 to strike in the last one. One of the big reasons the Pels won that game with his 30 and 17 is triggers back into the game. 3+ to play. All right, are you ready? Do you have your numbers ready?
Yep.
Powerball.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going. I'm going tonight. Don't worry. You're covered.
We can split this 3 ways now.
You're absolutely right.
I get half. Joe get half. Maybe you get what's left over. Okay. Do I get that in a check? You take a rotating check? Yeah, rotating check. I'm right there. You my man. I know you're good for it.
Giants got a foul. This is ridiculous. You know they're going to call it.
But here's the thing. I know, like, the crowd is into the officiating and the players are. You have to adjust to the way the game is being called, though.
I could have called that onside.
Right. Like, officials aren't going to adjust to the players. It's the player's job to adjust to the game, to the officials in the way they're officiating the game.
Yeah, it was definitely a foul. There is no question about that. And especially when it's the only 2 guys underneath cleared out 20 feet away. So Markkinen's living there. And it's a 3-point game. Now we're FanDuel Sportsbook.
FanDuel's here to make every 3-pointer, assist, and steal mean more. Right now, new customers can hit the court with a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000.
He's a good shooter at the free throw. Lauri Markkinen already has 20 points in this game.
That's a difference. He leads the Utah Jazz in points per game with 20.5 points per game, and he has that at the half.
Jonas is way strong. Stays 4. Heats out of 3. How do you close that? Sexton up against Herb. Going away from the thing. Yeah, travel. Nobody touched the ball. He flipped it out of the air. He wanted to pass it. But that was taken away. Turnover is the 6th of the game.
such a good job of Jonas just going vertical.
Yeah.
Not fouling them out.
Ooh, that may have been touched by Jonas.
He smiled like it was.
Yeah. Pels aren't complaining. Zion stays with it. And it's batted away from behind, they say.
See, right now, the way they're playing Zion is they're putting length at the rim, and they're just waiting on him to come. Yeah, come here. We know you're coming. Now we're going to use our length and verticality.
And it's a matter of time before he's going to end up putting somebody in that ring. He's going to have to.
Yeah. Final stand, it is given away. Another turnover for the Pels. Stop the basketball. Olynyk blocked away by Zion. And it'll belong for Utah. Sloppy half so far. Got the rim, and then Zion got the ball. But still plenty of time on the shot clock. Utah's really dictating the tempo. There's no question about that. They capitalize on the turnovers as Clarkson sends it to Vanderbilt, and he's going to the line. They have been inside, and they've been attacking.
What they're doing is because the Pels are in drop coverage, and Jonas in the first two games was up on his coverage. Now you're in drop coverage, so when that guard comes off, he has the best of both worlds. Look at how far back Jonas is. So there's nobody to really stop the basketball. So what Jordan Clarkson's doing is he's hesitating until he can draw Jonas and then drop it up to his big.
And Vanderbilt converts on the three-point play with Air now 12 of 13 at the free throw line. Pels 3 of 4 at the strike. CJ McCollum in a reach. He's going for free throw.
That's a bet move.
He put it on them.
Yeah, that's a bet move. So if you feel like on the defensive end you are not receiving the benefit of a whistle, sometimes you just lower your head at the other end and force them to blow it.
If you're calling all this down here, this isn't even a drive or a play. This is call a foul.
Yeah, he saw Sexton, and Sexton reached. So 2:07 to play. McCollum going to the strike for the first time tonight. For the two that have been there for the Pels, Ingram and Valanciunas. Let's get to the locker room regroup. Keep it at a manageable deficit. But Brandon Ingram's the story right now for the Pels. Is he going to be able to come out for the second half? He joined us a little bit late. He could have shot the pace from Najee. And they were both active defensive transition. They made the play, but unfortunately Brandon Ingram got popped right across the bridge of the net. Now, he helps.
Jordan Clarkson is doing a great job at breaking the New Orleans Pelicans defense down.
Him and Sexton. They're getting into the teeth as a defense, and you know, these guys, especially Vanderbilt, know how to drive and cut. Good pass.
That's the pass. You have to be prepared to make the shot. He's doing such a good job of sealing, and he expects that ball over the top. So when he expects it, that ball has to be there.
Zion's got a dozen now on 6 of 10 for the field.
They're putting Jonas in pick and roll coverage every time down the floor.
And Zion taking on track with him to beat him on the baseline. Wow, you got to pay attention. Yeah, 7-point ball watching right there. Right.
Yeah.
Now CJ leads it, and Jonas stays with his play. Valanciunas with the bucket. It is his first of the game. He's 1%.
It's going to come down to this end, because right now, for the past 6 minutes, the Utah Jazz are getting whatever they want on the offensive side of the basketball.
Guards are breaking it down on right.
That's his corner, right? That's his second one in that corner.
And that's a non-3-point play.
But you know what? It comes from him getting layups and dunks. So when he's living at the rim getting layups and dunks, now that shot, he's a little more confident taking it.
Utah with the biggest lead of the game now at 8. CJ takes the pick from Zion. He'll take the 3, too. It'll be a Olynyk. He's been doing that since he got drafted by Boston.
Yes.
4 years in Boston, 4 years in Miami, and he knows what he's doing as a pro. So he's going to the free throw line and is a very good shooter.
All 90 of them. All 94 feet.
Wow. Wow.
Smart play by Ben.
Yeah, Jonas just hit him with the home alone. He hit him with the Macaulay Culkin. Man.
Pels have 12 fouls overall as a group to 6. Utah playing clean, though. Give them credit.
Yes, they are.
They've only got 6 turnovers. Pels have 8, and the Pels have been outscored 14-5 in points off mistakes. Right. That's huge. That's the difference in the game right now. You can get to the free throw line, but also helping them. And they get out transition and capitalize off the mistakes. Olynyk splits a pair. Final 34 seconds. Jose's in there to close the half. 9-point lead now is the biggest for Utah. They came in with the confidence beating Denver and Minnesota. CJ. Another foul. Zion foul is in the air. Clipping it. More free throws. This is Vanderbilt going to the free throw line. Got to play smart too.
That's right. That's right. Don't continue to give them 3 walks to the foul line.
Right.
Make them work for it.
It's almost like the Charlotte game where Jonas kind of induced this and got all those free throws late in the game. And helped the Pels put it away because they weren't playing smart. Hornets weren't. Right now it's going to be 14-4 attempts alone in the second 12 minutes of play. So ugly start to say the least in the home opener for the Pels. And it hurts not to have your best player on the floor, Ingram.
And this is something that you're going to have to play through. This is something that you are definitely going to have to play through. You're going to have to adjust to the way this game is being officiated.
Two teams split the season series last year, but this is a totally different looking team as Malik Beasley comes on. So many changes. Sets, Beasley, Vanderbilt. Clarkson is one of the few holdovers.
Right. You know, they're going to surprise the Beasley.
They're going to play hard.
Yeah, they are. They are going to surprise the Beasley.
They're ruining the plan of Danny Ainge. The big picture. The big thing. Final 6 seconds. They have foul again. It'll come into the side. No, it was their 5th. Our board had 3. They already had 4. It'll be free throws coming up for Herb Jones. Herb's got a couple of buckets. Right now, Zion leads the Pels with a dozen. 10 for Brandon Ingram and 11 for C.J. McConnell. He's in there for defensive purposes now. C.J.'s off the floor in a good move with 2 personal fouls already.
And now the thing that you want to do is you obviously hit this free throw, take it to below double figures, and get a stop in this last 5.8 seconds to go into halftime with a little bit of confidence.
They advance it, and it's taken away. Najee at the question. So the Pels now need to adjust.
That's right.
And there have been too many breakdowns out front in the guards.
And the thing is, in the first 2.5 games, that was the worst half or worst quarter that the Pels have played. Like you said, Joe, 24 minutes left. Now you go in at halftime and you regroup, come back out with a completely different mentality.
The number 3 means perfection. It's a party, not a crowd. In some places on Earth, it even evokes the divine. Choose between the advanced and dynamic 330i, the adrenaline-inducing M340i, or the electrified 330e. It really is the magic number. The 3. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. See your local BMW center today for exceptional lease and finance offers.
This season, forget about comparisons. Be the one who goes all in, all out. Focus on the kid in the mirror. Build that confidence. And be the athlete no one saw coming.
If Damian Lillard accepted his spot at the end of the bench, he never would have been at the rec center before it opened. If he listened to those who overlooked him, he never would have heard his name called as a first-round pick. And if he let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped him. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes alive. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Listen up, we got a problem. A lot of you are skipping lunch like it doesn't matter. Well, this year we take a lunch, a hearty lunch, one with chunky soup. Chunky soup? Let's go! Let's go! Woo! Lunchtime is your halftime.
This Pelican season, get exclusive behind-the-scenes access all season long on Valley Sports New Orleans. From inside the locker room to the action on the court. Pelicans Insider is your all-access pass to Pelicans basketball all season. See players in the community and score the latest team updates. Pelicans Insider, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors on Valley Sports New Orleans and streaming on the Valley Sports app.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. He was doing school full-time, and I was also been caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. He asked all his therapists to help him undertake some of the house chores. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
Pelicans down 10, but panicking not are we, as we welcome you into Pelicans Halftime. Aaron Hardigan, David Wesley, and our Ojner highlight showing tonight Brandon Ingram exiting the game in the first quarter after getting a nice little knock to the nose there, David. But again, hopefully nothing to panic about.
Say it again.
Brandon Ingram.
Yes,
his exit?
Brandon Ingram. You know what? He was ready to cook. He was ready to go. You could see he had an advantage on the foot speed. He was getting to his spots like we know he knows how to do, knocking down that pump fake three. And then this unfortunate situation, all of a sudden, a finger back of the hand to the nose. He had a thing in his nose coming out. He tried. He came back on the court, tried to go, and then he just took himself out of the game. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, but unfortunately, they need him on the floor for this game, and he's not available.
We wish him well, but quickly, of course, as we go to break, how's your courtside analyst debut going tonight?
Oh, I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast. You know, I'm sitting next to my guy, and we're cutting up, and we're talking basketball. So it's like we're at the bar.
I love the Dippin' Dots analysis. That is what I'm ultimately here for, folks, as Pelicans look to make a comeback here in the second. Stick with me.
With Ibotta, getting cash back on everyday purchases is a slam dunk. We've partnered with the New Orleans Pelicans to pass the cash back on groceries, clothing, and more, in store or online. The average saver earns $120 a year. You don't have to be a pro to score big cash. That's what we're here for. Download the free app today and start earning.
At MMA, talent and teamwork provide world-class service with that local touch. Like innovative ideas and solutions, protect against every risk for your business and employees. Providing personal insurance products to protect private wealth and safeguard families for the future, or providing employee health and benefit programs with an emphasis on cost containment and employee retention. Talent and teamwork. That's been our success story at MMA since 1946.
Kind of hilarious moment, like last year when they started to try and cancel like dead people. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like John Wayne was trending. Oh my God! Did you see what John Wayne said in Playboy in 1971? I can no longer tolerate dead for 45 years. John Wayne saying things in a magazine that doesn't exist anymore.
Open up the melody with a kick of spice, vanilla, and caramel. Age and charred oak. and let the bourbon sing. Turn it up to 99.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at ticketsmarter.com.
The Pelicans are back, and Mountain Sports New Orleans brings you every moment. She's got it. Pelicans basketball all season long on Mountain Sports New Orleans and streaming on the Mountain Sports app and Mountain Sports Plus.
2 quarters in the books, ideally just 2 more to go. Either way, we'll be here afterward for Pelicans Live, the post-game edition. Yes, the NBA veteran David Wesley will join me to break this one down. We'll bring you all the reaction you can handle from the locker room.
This is what we work for. The moments you live for. The joy. The heart. The wonder. At Entergy, we're dedicated to powering each moment, today and for future generations. So we're leading the way with a cleaner, more reliable power grid to power every day. Because these moments matter. We power life. Entergy.
My brand is for the inner city. It's for our underserved communities. The whole point is to inspire people through fashion. Make moves that start movements. Hennessy, the spirit of the NBA.
You know, becoming a chef was a bold decision, especially in a Haitian household. Every meal had beans and rice, very traditional. Cooking is all about you. It's about what you add to that dish. It's love, it's depth, it's darkness, it's rich flavors, things that have a zing, a spice, an extra little edge. That's actually hot. So I use Zatarain's yellow rice to put a New Orleans twist on the food I grew up eating. I'm Chef Charlie Pierre, and I'm bold like that.
It's me, Pete Davidson, here to tell you about the most amazing breakfast you could ever dream of, according to me. The Breakfast Crunch Wrap. Fluffy eggs, sausage, hash browns. That's the spell breakfast win.
You gonna order?
Yeah, I'll take a breakfast crunch thing.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Welcome back once again. A 10-point game at the break. Too many turnovers for the Pels as they're down by 10. They've been outscored right now by 9, 14-5 in points off mistakes. And we always talk about defense. It starts on the perimeter.
Right.
So you got to keep them out of the paint. And that's where they're doing their damage. The guards are getting inside from the easy buckets to the bigs that are floating the baseline.
And I think that was the most important thing. We talked about styles versus styles. And what they're doing is they do such a good job of breaking you down at the point of contact, collapsing that defense and kicking that ball. Remember, the Utah Jazz are first in the NBA in assists per game. They average 33 assists per game. They do such a good job of looking for each other. But assists are twofold.
Right.
It's one thing to see it, and it's another thing on the other side of that assist to actually knock that shot down.
But they got a pretty good percentage at the break. They've got 15 assists on 21 makes, and they've been able to get to the free throw line and did a good job to create contact. So it is momentum for Utah. It continues after the win in Minneapolis and Denver.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The NBA is back, and with FanDuel, this season's looking better than ever. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet and get up to $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. Plus, all customers get 3 months of NBA League Pass with a $5 bet from America's #1 sportsbook. That's right. Not only do you get a no-sweat first bet, you can also watch NBA League Pass on us. Make every moment more with FanDuel.
What does it mean to change the game? Is it a single moment? Something that just happens? Or do you build it from one court to the next? Look at Curry, man. So inspirational. So that's just the way it is. What happens there?
Well, we made it through another Halloween without getting eaten. This year was a close one.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Ooh, you feel that chill?
I don't feel anything. This could be good.
Come on, Nuggets. With all that IT stuff we gotta do, let's fuel up with some chunky soup. Woo! Woo! Let's go, baby. Fuel up with 16 grams of protein per can and chunky spicy chicken noodle. French fries, come on! Lunchtime is your halftime. Bring it.
Oh, he's so tired.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride? Sure. Yeah. All right. That was some one-on-one.
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the second half. A 10-point lead for Utah. The time now for our Smoothie King conversation. Joining David Wesley with Casey Hill. David.
Thanks, Joel. 10-point deficit. What are the Utah Jazz doing that's made it possible for them to get the 10-point lead?
Well, first and foremost, they're just kind of playing harder than us right now. That's kind of the main key. But the free throw line's been a hindrance in the second quarter. They got to the line plenty. They got 15 points at the free throw line, and then they're crashing the glass. We got 10 offensive rebounds for plenty of second chance points. So that's something we're gonna have to shore up, just elevate our energy level a little bit.
B.I. out for the rest of the game, concussion-like symptoms. How do you make up for his production?
Well, that's why we have the depth that we do. This next man up mentality, those guys go out and continue to play. I mean, obviously we're not the same team without him, but we've got guys that can step in and play a role for us.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate you. Back to you, Joel.
All right. Thank you, David and Casey Hill. So Trey Murphy is going to start the second half in the place of Brandon Ingram. Now let's see if they can get the penetration, because he's going to be out on the arc. There's no question about that. So the Pels finished 4 for 18 shooting in the second 12 minutes of play. Zion's got a guard. And Clarkson. That was interesting. Casey talked about playing hard all the time. It'll be a wide open look. And a break. Good box out by Jonas. Zion's got it.
And I want to see Zion get going.
Mid-range. Stays on.
And the thing is, he didn't have a bad first half. 6 of 10 from the field, right. 12 points, 4 rebounds. But
without Brandon.
Right. You got to make your imprint on the game a little bit different now.
Clarkson trying to get there. Mike Conley. Had a great pocket pass. Markkanen's killing him, but it's also the passes by the guards that are setting it all up.
You and I were just talking at halftime. Right now, with the backcourt, there's 10 assists between Mike Conley and Jordan Clarkson with only 1 turnover.
That's pretty clean. It's a hold.
That pass right there is so open for Zion. That pass is so open. That pass over the top where he's feeling, pointing like throw it up.
I'll get it. Just send it in the direction.
Look at the amount of space, and there's no weak side help. Kevin Lennox out there worried about Jonas Valanciunas.
And that's what they have to do. They got to get that other big off the baseline if you're going to throw that lob to Zion.
Second foul. Zion lost that. So another turnover, and they've got a 3-on-1. Going to be Conley on the finish. Points off the takeaway. So it's now 16-5. Zion against the Lennox. Still up his range. And he thought there was contact. You can hear part of the baseline official.
He's going to have to play through a lot.
Right.
There are certain guys, because of their size and how big and strong they are, they're forced to play through more than other guys are.
Burns took it away and could hang on. So good job defensively, stopping no limit. But it's still going to be sent to the shot clock for you.
show people who we truly are.
That was very, very impressive.
This is insane. Anybody need some good news?
Kids, get the popcorn now.
Free throws for Najee Marshall when they put it back into play in a 7-point lead for Utah. It's time now for a SeatGeek sideline report. We check in once again with David West.
Well, Zion, and when you heard 80 and I talk about it earlier, he's going to have to show them this 15-foot jump shot eventually. Because right now, 100% of his field goal attempts this season have come inside the paint. All 3 games now, he has not attempted even a floater outside the paint, not even a jumper outside the paint. But he's a tough customer in the paint, so if it's not broke, why fix it?
Well, you could tell his frustration, though. He's got 2 free throw attempts tonight. He had 4 free throw attempts in the last game. And
not enough, right?
Well, he looks at the baseline official
every time
after a finish like maybe there was contact.
The thing is, you can think of guys that you played against, David, guys that I played against, that you knew that you were allowed to get away with more contact on because they were big. What comes to my mind immediately is Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, I was a small guard, and obviously if I'm smaller, they're going to post me up. Well, I got away with murder. Right. I mean, I got away with a lot down there.
Right, and Shaquille O'Neal, they would allow you to grab him, hold him, smack down on his arm because he was bigger, so they expected him to play through more.
Beasley got there. And Larry Nance Jr., good position inside. Najee gets off his hands, and it's going the other way. He touched it last. It looked that way.
And I like what the officials are doing here.
Deferring?
Yes.
Will they?
Yes, right. If you're not sure, it's 3 of you guys out there. Talk about it.
Ooh.
And they got it wrong.
They
got it wrong.
Thought it was off Najee.
They got it wrong, but still.
I'm glad they talked about it.
Now Larry Nance on the elbow, wide open. Can't capitalize.
Good shot.
Great look. Colin Sexton, somebody's got to stop him.
He's looking back to Jose.
Sexton gets the triple. Back to a 10-point game just like that. They have multiple options offensively. There is no question about that. 10-point lead with 3.5 left in the third. CJ, great look. Can't buy it. Larry Nance got it. And a reset. Jose for 3.
Good looks.
Great looks. To the Pels now from beyond the arc of 4-19. Marketing, and he was held by Earth. There was an arm wrapped around Marketing when he started to make the move. So a couple of free throws coming up.
I'll tell you what the Utah Jazz are doing right now. They're unlocking Lauri Markkanen.
Letting him play.
They're unlocking him. Like we saw different flashes, whether he was in Chicago or in Cleveland. But now they're unlocking him, and his confidence right now is through the roof.
He had a great summer. Like we talk about Jonas, Marketing played for the Finnish national team, got them to the quarterfinals at Eurobasket. And he averaged 28-8 a game for the national side. So a lot of guys, they take it off. They don't want to play internationally for their team. I think it paid off for Marketing. We've seen it pay off for Jonas.
And you notice that guys, when they play for their national teams, they're completely different players.
No, they
completely different.
It's like going to the park.
Right.
I'm that dude.
Great pass. Larry Nance Jr.
I've told Larry after the Brooklyn game, you can tell he's starting to get the spring back in his knees.
That's set up by Jose.
It was.
Yeah, you got to get into the paint. Now Sexton. And blocks. Zion coming up and gives it away. More free throws. Are the Pels out of fouls? No.
2 dribbles away from making the easy play.
Right. Second team foul.
He said this is a great setup by Jose. If Kessler is going to sit back there in no man's land, you're opening yourself up for this right here.
Get him. Get him.
Stunting like his daddy. Man.
Another turnover for the Pels, though. And that really hurt. Because you're out on a break. Taylor Horton Tucker. It's off Sexton, and it's going the other way. So it's still a 10-point game. Pels got it down to 5 at one point. Jose's always looking for early offense. We like it. Make them play defense. Larry after it. Horton Tucker's got it. And you got to get back. Now they have the advantage. Extra pass. Don't fight. Sexton didn't get the layup. He's going to the line with a foul by Najee. So we've seen that repeatedly.
They called that after he didn't make the basket.
Right. I think Larry tweaked something.
Oh, brother. He's walking back. Yeah, you're right, though. He's kind of flexing the knee a little bit. Been a struggle all night for the Pels. They had a good first 6-8 minutes. Brandon Ingram goes out. And now he's going to pick it up offensively. They have not had enough stops, though. That's what it boils down to. Sexton can't get the first and two. He just signed a 4-year deal going into his 4th season. Backward landing.
Yeah, I don't know. He's flexing his knee.
Sexton gets 1 of 2 to put it back at 11.
But he stayed out there, so.
That's a good sign.
Yes, it is.
Zion off the kick. Najee over the shoulder. And they whistle. It'll be Najee shooting free throws.
Najee's doing a really good job of keeping pressure on the Utah Jazz at the rim.
He's doing what their guards are doing.
Exactly.
It's downhill.
And then when you start collapsing that, then you start finding your teammates spotting up. But they need to be able to hit shots.
Right.
That's
the thing is they have had good looks. It sounds like a conversation that we could have last week. You know, when you're getting good looks and just not knocking them down right now.
5 more triples right now for Utah in the game. As they are 9 of 25 on their threes. Pels are 4 of 19 on their triples. So 1 more for Naj. With 2:04 to play, he comes to a strike. And he's been very good off the bench. He comes in for energy and defense, but he's also helps offensively. Trey is going to track Beasley. Conley with Kessler. Conley's been there, done that, so he's not going to back. Horton Tucker on the spin. He lost. And on the follow-away, he'll back it in.
That was a better defensive possession. You got Dance up on the screen and roll, exactly right, which leaves everybody home and able to guard the ball, guard their man, and they did that. Made a tough shot.
Zion going to the line.
And you're exactly right. Nance was up at the screen of the ball, and Jose was fighting over to get back in front to allow him to go back to his own.
Well, this is a classic example of 2 really different-looking teams. They want to play out on the arc. Pels need to get it inside and beat them up in the 4th. Points to the paint, plus get to the free throw line.
Yeah, everybody gets to stay home on that defensive play.
John gets the first 2. We remind you, make the schedule for yourself. I'm talking about the 5-game flex plan once again. You pick the games, you want to be there, you attend, it works into your schedule. Pelicans.com/flex for all the details. Zion comes to a strike. That's a 9-point game. Got to pick up the stops. Last 90 seconds of the 3rd. The Pels were down by 10 at the break. If you join us late, Brandon Ingram out. Took a shot. I guess it's concussion protocol. Horton Tucker, he's going to blow his way there. Good job by Najee Marshall. Beasley. Mid-range.
Right now they're going one-on-one, and those are tough shots. That's good defense, tough shots. You still got to be able to make baskets.
Had a bad pass. Turnover for the Pels, down by 11. Final minute. Conley's got a square pass. And it's thrown away. Horton Tucker wanted to go back to Kessler, but he was denied.
That was actually the right thought.
Right.
That was the right thought by THT. It says Kessler didn't realize his man committed to the basketball because he was setting it down to it.
Zion trying to get there. He'll get home. Can Curry? Yes, he will. As good as not. He now 10 of 14 for the field with 24 points. Rudiger now thinking about a 2-for-1. You get one more stop. And Conley almost taken away by Jose. But Rudiger recognizes that. Jose coming up his eye. He'll do it himself. What a play. 14.3 left.
I tell you, that's contagious. That is contagious. That is individual ball contagious. No help, no nothing. I'm going to get in front of you. I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to take this ball, and I'm going to start a fast break.
That's why they bring him in. Najee on the floor. Plays like that. Horton Tucker. He's denied the block.
Good call, Joe. But you just said it. That's why they bring him and Najee in the game. To infuse this arena with some energy.
One more stop over the next second and a half.
Look at this. This is flat out hustle. I'm going to get back in front. I'm going to cut you off. And then the decision-making right here.
He knows they're going to be backing up, waiting for that lob in the big play. Let me go finish. Good read. Bobby Beasley. And that'll do it. Oh, you got to be. Did he touch it? Was it touched? No. It looks like it's good. And will they review it? But I don't think it was touched. I think it was just a good shot. So an 11-point game, or making a 9-point game rather, after 3. Jazz have dictated the tempo. They're up down. 93-84 pending the review.
Are you a referee?
Apples, Omaha.
Hey, legal substitution.
My line.
Interception.
How many words? Break it into words.
Oh, I know it. Helmet catch.
Stop guessing the helmet catch.
Isn't the Caesar Sportsbook app with Caesar's rewards where the more you play, the more stuff you earn, and they have fast payouts because Caesar is the man?
Yes! Is that a thing? How is that even possible?
Nice job, Cole.
It's 27 words. Worst clues ever.
Pretty obvious.
Who guesses?
Cooper's my favorite, Archie.
The 2023 Ford F-150 trucks are coming, meaning more ways to haul, tow, go, and do. And with more ways than ever to make it your own. Plus, if you order now, you'll lock in your price and lock in your rate. Do more in a 2023 Ford F-150. Custom order yours today. Lock in 3.9 for 60 and get 500 bonus cash when you order a 2023 Ford F-150. Only at your Southern Quality Ford dealer.
If Damian Lillard accepted his spot at the end of the bench, he never would have been at the rec center before it opened. If he listened to those who overlooked him, he never would have heard his name called as a first-round pick. And if he let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped it. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Opening week, all presented by Under Armour. And we welcome you back once again to the Smoothie King Center. Joel Myers along with Antonio Daniels, David Wesley, Aaron Hardigan here as well. The studio show is here, and now could the Pels overcome a 9-point deficit of the final 12 minutes of regulation, facing a 2-0 team that has really dictated the tempo since about 6 minutes into the game. Devontae Graham with the run out by Conley. Posted up, put his eye on, tried to follow his own, but poked away by Rudy Gay. It'll be Rudy Gay on the trail. It's an easy one for guessing. They have definitely shared the ball. That's their 25th assist of the night already.
And you know, for me, with the Pels, my number is in between 28 and 30. Right now, the Pels have 19 assists with 12 turnovers.
And it's headed south. Conley comes up a takeaway. Yes. Nice. 14-point game. And that is the biggest lead of the game now. Not the way you wanted to start in the opening minutes. Trey. He's got Larry on one side. He wanted a rhythm dribble. Trey with a left hand. Prayer was not answered. So getting away early in the fourth. Conley with floor space. He's going the distance. Down 16. Not getting stops. Got 2 easy points in the paint. Decisive. Devontae denied by Kessler. Zion against Rudy Gay. And on the shuttle, he'll go on the side. It was a pass on the foul. Oh, he's worked his tail off inside. Zion's 10 of the 15. They're going to give him 2. That's a gift. What did he pass?
No, I think he was trying to reverse it and hit the back.
Okay. So Zion will take it, and so will the Pels. They need it. 14-17 at the free throw line. They're pretty close now. It's going to go to a 3 free throw disparity between the two. Zion won't get the roll flat. But as they told us before the game and talking to people from Salt Lake City, these guys really play together and work their tails off. For Will Hardy, youngest coach in the NBA, who's on display tonight. So Zion splits a pair. Enough time, but you can't get stops is the biggest issue. They've already got 100 on the board.
Yeah, Joe, you were talking. I think most of the people in the organization are surprised by this start. I don't think this was the intention, and they have figured out something.
Yeah, Jose on step. He's called for the foul. He thought it was a play by Clarkson using the off arm. So they bring it in with 14 to the shot clock. Now you need a bunch of stops in a row. Conley. Got it. Larry Nance Jr. kept it away.
Let's count him down.
Kessler.
Now you got to find a way to get some easy baskets.
Jose wanted to step through. Conley denied. Larry Nance Jr. And Clarkson clears it away. Without Ingram and the attention he draws, it makes a difference. C.J. McCollum will be coming back into the game. Clarkson got what he wanted, didn't he?
I tell you, you never realize the importance of Brandon Ingram until Brandon Ingram's not there. You don't know. You don't understand his skill set and how he gets everybody involved until he's not out there to actually make those plays.
17-point lead. Utah continues to dominate, and now they're getting inside 2.
Literally Balling is the title of my art studio. I'm trying to build layers of meaning into each piece, showing people that basketball can be a platform for community to come together, make moves that start movements. Hennessy, the spirit of the NBA.
What does it mean to change the game? Is it a single moment? Something that just happens? Or do you build it? So that's just the way it is. What happens then?
The Black Panther has unified our nations for centuries.
Back with vengeance!
Now is our time.
It's the life of legends. Ain't nobody gonna stop us. Back with vengeance.
So this is an exclusive look at Marvel Studios' Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Wednesday, only on NBA on ESPN.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
Just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
17-point lead, biggest of the game for Utah. It's our Under Armour team achievements. And we always talk about points of pain what the Pels have done over the first couple. They've got 48 so far. The only problem is, so does the opposition. Now, in fact, they've got 50. And they're an outside shooting team, but they've collapsed the defense, and they've been able to get inside, in particular in the second half.
And when it's the best of both worlds, you just talk about the fact that Utah Jazz have 50 points of paint.
but they're also, if you look at it, plus 18 from beyond the three-point line.
Devontae Graham or CJ McCollum back in there. Love the difference. CJ shares it. Murphy. Dribble. He's got it. 14 and counting with 9:20 to play. So Utah's 4 of 5 on their attempts here in the fourth. Clarkson will keep it alive.
They're putting Jonas in every pick and roll.
Clarkson looks for the mid-range. Good job by Trey. Kessler's got it for Beasley. And Zion will have Rudy Gay inside, take it away from behind. To the block of the Pels. Rudy Gay already on the baseline. Yeah, that'll count for your man on the baseline.
That Coach Casey Hill said at halftime in an interview with David. He said they're playing harder than we are. That's what he said at halftime. He said they're playing harder than we are. So when you look at some of these offensive rebounds, some of these drives to the rim, sometimes it's not about technique, it's just about effort. Want to.
Devontae Graham will start the half-court set. Trying to get CJ the ball. The runner will work. He tried to get it to Jonas. Can he save it? Yes, barely. Right back in bounds, but kind of a ragged possession. Murphy. That would have been incredible.
And the thing is, when you don't have that energy on the defensive end, it shows up. You don't always notice it, but it shows up on offense too. They don't seem in sync and together like they did the first 2 games. But the energy, the excitement on defense is there. Zion,
I think they called a block. No foul. He did not call a foul.
I don't think so. I thought the whistle was for a foul. No.
He puts it behind him.
Yeah, it's a good play. That's a Clarkson to make sure that he doesn't get it. What is it? Did he get all ball?
Yes, he did. He did.
That's an incredible play.
Yeah, that's a great play by Jordan Clarkson. That's all ball.
Yeah, right on top of it.
He's on top of the ball.
Yeah, when you go with one hand, if he keeps 2 hands on it, it may not be possible.
Maybe if you don't go put it behind your head, that's the only way that puts him back into play. If he goes and quick dunks that.
I'm just glad he's okay. That was a tough fall for Zion. So Jordan Clarkson didn't quit on the play. Give him credit, the 30-year-old from San Antonio. He's got 1 more year left on his contract, 13 next season, as they're trying to shed salary. Shot clock is at 20. It's only a 14-point game. Got to get it in. Trey. And over Olynyk. Goes to the line.
That's where Trey Murphy has improved. That's where he has improved. On the defensive end, his attention to detail, but now understanding because of his ability to shoot the ball, teams are going to run him off the three-point line. If they're running you off the three-point line, you have to be able to do this. Put the ball on the floor, use your 6'9", 6'10" frame, and finish over the top.
Yeah, bit of an arm bar into the chest by Olynyk. Zion sits down. Herb Jones back into the game for the Pels as Trey goes to the free throw line.
And that's how you elevate your minutes. If you are just a jump shooter and you're off, then you got to come sit down. But if you can go out and make plays, and he's going to have to make plays because that's what he does is shoot the ball. If he can go 2-3 dribbles and make a play, you don't take him out just because his shot's not good.
Trey's got 13 and a walk.
Great defense by Herb Jones.
Yeah, frustrated the run, didn't he? As he pivoted and tried to get it in. 15th turnover.
They went again with the inverted pick and roll. It's different than running when you run with Herb Jones because his defensive knowledge is ahead of the curve.
They won't do that again. That was a mistake.
Marketed back into the game for Utah. So their hottest hand with 29 on 12 shots. That's efficient.
This crowd is itching to explode.
Without a doubt. CJ leans with the left hand. 8-10 on the run by the Pels. 7:35 and count. Can you continue to get the stops? Look out. Another.
Look at the thing.
Again, Jonas is down there, but he's not stopping the ball, and he can't really afford to get back to his own man either.
But he's so deep he can't get back in. Jonas on the follow away, doesn't get the roll. Some sort of a star check, please. That's right.
But what Hornets going to come up and set a three. Right. You can see what they're doing.
Guys correct the wrong way. Why don't we look? Stays at 12. And now you're looking against the clock to CJ. And Jonas shot from behind. So he had a good inside position. It's got it to the side.
And you can see what Willie's thought process is right now. This is exactly what this is, a defensive substitution right here. So he substitutes Larry Nance Jr. in for Jonas Valanciunas. This is a defensive substitution.
You got to get somebody to guard that pick and roll. You got to get him up so that
at the level of the screen.
Right.
Herb will bring it in against the length of Marketing. Option, Larry. They got it over.
When I watch you listen how this pick and roll is defended defensively with Larry Nance. It doesn't mean they're not going to score, but you want them to work a little bit harder.
Get 6 and 3 off the bench with that guy. Clarkson sizing it up on the switch. Up against Larry Nance. And almost blocked. Taking it back to Sexton. Shot clock down, so he's going down for the mid-range. And get it back there.
Larry Nance did is he switched. He switched the pick and roll.
And they both guarded well. CJ. Trey. Over. And it's knocked away by a limb. But last cut by Larry Nance. So they get the stop with 5:58 to play. Pels shooting 44% for the game. You brought it up, though. 6 more triples. 18 more points from beyond the arc for Utah. Jose in there. One with Herb, Trey, CJ.
So much talent.
Larry. Targeting mid-range. Right back out.
He switched that with Larry Nance, so he's not sitting back. He's up on the level at the level of the screen, and he's able to switch it.
I think they can switch everything except the whole thing.
Pretty tough fight. And a timeout for Will Hardy.
TJ sees something offensively that he likes. He sees something that he likes. The past 3 or 4 possessions, he's done a fantastic job at getting in that lane, collapsing their defense, and scoring or kicking it out. This move, this runner right here off the glass, kept the 12-3 run by your Pels.
69.8 cubic feet for inflatable fun. Up to 40 miles of uncharted terrain per gallon. 37.7 inches of headroom.
That's definitely not mine.
For tall tales. And 2 number 4s for even bigger appetites. Amazing how much life you can fit into a RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
With Ibotta, getting cash back on everyday purchases is a slam dunk. We've partnered with the New Orleans Pelicans to pass the cash back on groceries, clothing, and more. In store or online. The average saver earns $120 a year. You don't have to be a pro to score big cash. That's what we're here for. Download the free app today and start earning.
He has a really good life in Chicago. He's just going to see his cousins. Even you left Mississippi, Mama.
Breaking news, the body of Emmett Till has been found.
Can you bring Emmett's black suit? Those in no kind of shape to be seen, but he's in just the right shape. The whole world has to see what happened to my son.
Either freedom for everyone or freedom fails.
Till, rated PG-13.
Greta Van Fleet, live, Dreams in Gold Tour 2022. No November 1st, Smoothie King Center. With special guests, Duran Jones and the Indications and Crownlands. Grammy-winning rock band, Greta Van Fleet, on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
You're watching Opening Week, presented by Under Armour. The only way is through.
We saw head coach Willie Green make a defensive substitution. We're quickly going to show you the two things that he saw. If you see this first pick with Jonas Valanciunas, watch how deep Jonas is on this coverage. So now when this ball comes back to Kelly Olynyk, that's a long run for Jonas Valanciunas to get back out there. So now on the next play, as opposed to dropping, Larry Nance is up at the level of the screen. Now what he's doing, he's guarding one-on-one. So what he gives you is the versatility to switch and keep Jordan Clarkson in front of him.
And it's key. He has to be able to stay in front of that ball, and he did.
And inside of 5.5 to play, an 8-point game.
This is a huge possession right here. This is a big possession.
Burke stays in front of Marketing. Almost took it away. 7 of the shot clock with Conley. He doesn't get the roll. There he gets it, or will it be Jose? Now watch out from behind, and he goes. Got the stop.
And right now, we talked about CJ and the fact that he sees something. He's in a nice rhythm. He's in a nice groove offensively right now.
Jose, right by Sexton, all the way to the cup. Finger roll home. He got Sexton about, didn't he? 6-point game, close as the Pels have been in about 45 minutes.
This is the crowd that we were talking about.
Yeah, they want something to cheer about.
Right. This is the tough one to switch right here.
Marley says she's right over him. Doesn't get it that time. Jose down to the ground. Will it be a jump ball? Yes. You know the effort's going to be there.
And again, that's effort. Yes. Right there, because that's just common section on the weak side of the floor.
Two little guys. Yeah, and one guy is not going to back down. We know that. We could have a New York press the kick.
Yeah, but when you're in these close games, you just don't want a technical. I mean, the worst thing you can do is get a one-sided technical and give them another point when you're down 6 and you made this excellent comeback.
And on the jump.
And here's the play. Here we go.
Moreno jumping with Sexton and on their feet. It's controlled by Sexton.
Oh, yeah.
Larry Nance Jr. stayed there and stays out. The 14-3 run right now for the Pels. Can they add to it? Larry Nance Jr. has Sexton on his back. Trigger in the corner. Free ball. Got it!
Here we go. Here we go.
3-point game.
It's a great pass by Larry Nance. Excellent recognition by C.J. McCollum, recognizing the mismatch.
Now, Olynyk walking all the way to the cup, touching at the roll. Hope's got the ball. He's got Jose Murphy there as well, and it's given away.
He's twisted his ankle.
Yeah, he's trying to stop, and Jose turned his ankle. Is it going to be a shot? What a tip by her. Woodland Supplies. Now, is Jose okay? Yes. He's not coming out.
Hey, listen.
He's got to be, cut me, Mick. I'm not leaving.
Exactly. He is definitely cut me, Mick. I'm going back in.
It's a great job by Herb Jones. Recognizing Jared Vanderbilt's not a ball handler. So what you do is they may be able to push the ball. They don't have breaks.
Yeah.
They don't have breaks.
3.5 to play. 3-point game. CJ up against Clarkson, going away from the pick. Mid-range, off the glass, too strong. And a great take. Yeah, you got to get back defensively. Clarkson, 3 ball. Got the lock on Link, pulled away by Nance. Poor space, but you don't have numbers. Jose with her. Good play. And that is her 14th foul.
He hurt his knee too.
Oh, man. That's her 14th foul. Next 3:06, Pels shoot. While the Pels, it's coming to the side. Olynyk, and he got his 4th. Is that knee to knee?
Yeah,
It's inside of the knee. Yes, it is going to hurt.
Oh, he hyperextended his right knee.
Yeah, don't want to leave though. He's bringing the ball with him.
Oh, knee to knee on the left knee. He's hyperextended on the right knee.
Is that all?
That's it.
Man.
Right ball.
Jose, catalyst with CJ in this comeback, and Trey Murphy. Now inside of 10 of the shot clock. Jose working with Larry Nance. What a wraparound pass! Backhander, Jose!
1 point game. We talked to Father. I tell you what, you give a ton of credit to head coach Willie Green for making the defensive substitution with Johnny Valanciunas and Larry Nance.
There you go. Green and Jose. 11-0 run for the Pels. Herb up against Markkinen, and he's going to the free throw line. He can give the Pels the lead after trailing by 17.
The thing that we always talk about with this team is a direct reflection of this city. It's a direct reflection of this fan base. They don't quit. They will never, ever quit. This fan base, the city has been through so much, but they never stay down, no matter what. And this team is a direct reflection of this city and this fan base.
So Herb at the strike, 2 for 3 tonight. Pels 16 of 20.
And if you can't see him on TV, the whole lower bowl and half of the upper bowl is standing right now.
Then he tie it up with the second. Didn't think it was possible the way things were going.
You don't remember what Kevin Garnett said, Joe? Anything is possible! You forgot that?
When he said it was the Celtic. Can't recognize that. It's all even at 105. 2.5 to play. You're going to stop. It's continued. 12-0 run for the Pels to get back to this point. Herb on Clarkson.
Stay home. Everybody stay home.
Conley wanted to get it inside. Shot clock coming down. Markkinen's going up, though. And stays out. Murphy's got it.
They got back into this game from the defensive side of the floor.
Back to Larry Nance. What a bounce. It's off Herb, I believe. No. And they're going to review it. I got a feeling. Is there a challenge? Yep. They're going to review it. Does it look like it could have been Herb? The touch it last. You wanted him to go up, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes. They're making excellent decisions out of this pick and roll.
And?
Yep, that's off Herb.
I thought so. Too bad. Too bad they still had their challenge left.
Right.
So we'll keep it here. Tied at 105. But I just like. So the challenge is going to be successful. It's off Herb. Unless they can come up with video from last season.
Yeah, that didn't even take long.
No, they don't even look at it.
Utah's 1 for their last 15, 0 for their last 11, and a lot of them have been threes that were hitting earlier.
But again, it started with Willie Green's defensive substitution of Jose Alvarado and also of Larry Nance Jr. It changes everything as far as pick and roll is concerned. Again, right now we're showing the offensive side of the ball because it's twofold.
Right.
It's twofold. So we say you got to score, but you also have to get stops. So they started moving the ball offensively. But what we're not showing is defensively getting stops. Like you said, Joe, the Utah Jazz were one of their last 15, and you're doing this with 2 star players.
And to make that decision in the process of playing the game, knowing that you have a 24-point scorer on the bench, and you're not going back to him just yet because what you have going is working.
And a guy that just gave you 30 and 17 2 nights ago.
Right.
It's about winning games. And that's what this team is about.
So Utah gets it back. Pels scored a 21-12 here in the fourth. That's how they got back in the game by stops. Clarkson will bring it up against CJ. It has been that good at this end of the floor, but you worry about Clarkson. Long, Larry's got it. So they're now 1 for their last 16. Can you capitalize with about 95 seconds left? Jose. High post Larry Nance on the dribble handoff. CJ's mid-range. He's got the lead.
That is huge.
Hey, good work. Get back. That's hours in the gym right there.
That's it. That's all I know.
In the gym.
I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
14-0 run. 2-point lead. Clarkson trying to get there against Trey, and he got there.
There has been nothing easy for the last 8 game minutes.
And he handled it with contact.
The substitution took them out of their pick and roll and triple handoff coverage.
Larry Nance Jr. waiting for CJ. 3 ball.
Come on, do you believe this guy? Put the ball, boy.
They're going to look at it, but it looked like he was beyond the arc.
This is always different to me. It's like stopping the game right now to see it whether or not it's a 2 or 3. This is always a different, we talk about speed of the game, right? How you want the game to continue to flow. Stopping it right after he knocks down the 2 or 3 point shot.
He's way behind the arc, I thought.
Right.
And why can't somebody in New York call in and change the score?
Yeah, it's a 3.
Because what that does is that takes all the momentum out the building.
So the Pels by 3. It'll come in with 51.4 to play. And let's see if Utah's going to call a timeout and advance it.
I'll tell you this, man. I love head coach Willie Green. I love what he's doing.
He's leaving them on the floor.
Yes, because it is not about egos. It's about winning basketball games. Can you hear this?
Yeah. And they've been so loyal and so supportive.
I got chills right there.
Now can you get one more stop? Conley will bring it up. An amazing comeback. Still too much time. And a lot of three-point threats for the Utah Jazz. Clarkson gives it away potentially. No. Going to be saved, marketed.
Hustle by Lloyd.
Yeah. And Clarkson ties it up.
Great hustle by Lloyd Marketing.
Yes.
Wow.
31 seconds left.
That's a winning play by Lloyd Marketing.
So Clarkson clutch bucket. But you're right about Marketing. Their leading scorer with 29. Now Jose. Shot clock cutting down. CJ against Conley. And throws it away. He wanted to go to Herb, who left the premises looking for a rebound. And the opportunity to win the game outright now belongs to Utah. And they're not going to call a timeout. Lonnie Clarkson trying to break everybody's heart. Keep it easy tonight. Pels hope for overtime. Clarkson at the buzzer. That'll do it. Overtime in New Orleans. What a comeback. Man, they show a lot of heart.
That's the city. I'll continue to say it. I will continue to say it.
An exceptional game.
It has been an
exceptional game.
So here's Marketing, and you guys said that's ball game right there. Yeah, he's a 7-footer tracking it down.
That ball goes out of bounds. The game is over.
Yes.
But the fact that he hustled like he did gave them the opportunity, Jordan Clarkson, the opportunity to hit that. And I like what they switched this and they switch it again, which I don't understand because you had Jose Alvarado on it. Now you're switching 6'10" Trey Murphy on it.
I don't get why they keep doing this free to roll. If you got the best shot you want.
So we are ready for overtime in New Orleans. And the Pels with 8 to play, trailed by 17.
This is what we work for. The moments you live for. The joy. The heart. The wonder. At Entergy, we're dedicated to powering each moment. For today and for future generations. So we're leading the way with a cleaner, more reliable power grid to power every day. Because these moments matter. We power life. Entergy.
Great seats. Safer, simpler, and smarter. With TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com.
The chef's chicken sandwiches at Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients, spark an explosion of the senses. So when you finally taste it, it just confirms this is fantastic. And only at Panera. $1 delivery fee on our app.
Before a sold-out crowd, Oh, and the home opener. Zion Williamson over on the sideline, but the guys on the floor. Man, we talk about guys that have the dog in them, and that's a compliment. You're looking at one right there, Jose Alvarado.
And you know, as a role player, as a guy that came off the bench, you always love it when you help get the team back in the game, but your coach rides with you and gives you an opportunity to finish it out.
And I like what coaches say, why would I take him out when he got me back?
But it's not a lot of coaches that would do that, though.
So here we go.
And at what point do you go back? You got this. You got it to overtime.
Right.
Do you ride it or do you go back?
Utah was 3 for 12 on the threes in the fourth, but Clarkson hit that big one at the end. And now it's controlled by Larry Nance Jr. So the Pels have it on the first possession of overtime. Man, two teams that are perfect so far this season. Clarkson will pick up a column. They get the switch. Over Vanderbilt. He's going to play.
Yeah, CJ is playing right now. When that switch came, you knew what was coming. I got Vanderbilt and McCollum. He didn't get one.
4 for CJ McCollum. Olynyk, Cherison. Extra pass, Conley now. And a beautiful setup for Olynyk. Doesn't get it. That's a break.
What?
Free throws with Kelly Olynyk. Herb Jones is called for the foul. It will be his fifth.
This is called a bag right here. Boom, 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 boom. Freeze him. And raise that. Right, you can tell when CJ, again, we said this in game 1 versus Brooklyn and game 2 versus Charlotte. You know, guys that understand when it's time to turn it up, and the team needs what they bring to the table.
And this is the time. It got it to overtime. You're out there with second unit, and it's time to go to work.
Kelly Olynyk evens things up with 2 free throws. He's got 15 for the game. We're aboard the strike now. They got the switch again. McCollum against Vanderbilt at the head of the key. CJ trying to get there. Floater.
If they don't keep switching it, go old school.
CJ.
Get the open. If they don't keep switching it, I'm going at your head.
26 for McCollum. They got the switch now. Trey has to get Clarkson. He's going to his strong side. With the left hand, it won't work, but they call the foul. He created contact. That's a good-looking guard.
He's in great position.
So free throws for Jordan Clarkson. His first free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, you see the switch. And Vanderbilt's overplaying. Yeah, and plus he's a little bit off balance leaning into Jordan Clarkson. That's actually a good call.
No, I wouldn't say it wasn't a good call. I'm just saying you're in position. Just
stay
straight up and down. You're right there.
Sometimes I think it's easy to forget, and especially for Trey, is how long he is.
Yes.
He's 6'10" with a heck of a wingspan. Sometimes to stay down and force him to score over top of him.
CJ, last 9 points for the Pels, has it again.
And I want to
see, lead.
So I want to see what they do with this pick and roll. Are they going to continue to switch it to Jared Vanderbilt?
Yes. Yep. So CJ working against the long Jared Vanderbilt. Little step back action. Chicago, not there. Olynyk secured. Now an opportunity for the lead for Utah. And with Clarkson for 3, he gets it to him.
That's a shot.
Yeah.
That is a shot. We talked about Devontae Graham earlier. Certain guys are much better at doing exactly what Jordan Clarkson just did.
He's got 18 and 6 assists. They've got 14 assists from their starting backcourt tonight, and only 3 turnovers from those two, Conley and Clarkson. That's sufficient enough. Now CJ on the switch again. Jose for 3. Deep one. Pels by 1. They can shoot. His teammates trust him. Sold out crowd. Nobody's left the building today. Clarkson wants it back. Good help from Jose. And Olynyk gets the runner. Smart play by Kelly Olynyk. He went away from the pressure. Jose. Ooh, Lee's Conley momentarily. Another three. Colorado's going to be real short. Bird tries to save it, and they're going to say he's out of bounds. Was he out of bounds? You don't have a challenge that. That's gone. 2 minutes to play. Utah by one. Over with Clarkson, primary, out front. 2-man game of the Olympic. Let's see if Conley even touches it this time. Yes. No. Way down there. Shot clock coming down. Clarkson. And they're going to call the foul. Trey, Ingram on this side. First in the final 2 minutes on the Pels. Top of the arm on the hip. The hand on the hip. Yeah, there's the foul right there. Right. And then the hand to the chest. So Trey picks up the foul. He'll sit down. Now Najee in. For defensive purposes, there's no question about that. Foul number 4 on Murphy. So 1 point lead for Utah. That's the first time of overtime. Because that was the one in the last few minutes of regulation for the Pels. Clarkson.
David and I were just kind of talking about it. But the thing you have to get Jordan Clarkson to do is what C.J. McCollum did, force it to his left. He's really good going to his right. Right, what C.J. did, he jumps on that side, forces him to his left. He's not to say he can't score going that way, but he's not as comfortable going to his left as he is going to his right.
Turnover number 17. Yeah, that's even now for both sides with 17. And Jose and the Pels regain the lead. McCollum. Ooh, he's got Larry inside. Larry Nance Jr.
I think his knee's okay. I think his knee's okay.
Little spring. Marketing this time will initiate the offense. And on the far away, not close. Loose back to Herb Jones. That was interesting. That it wasn't a guard that initiated at that time for Utah.
That was one of those that haven't got a shot in overtime. So next time I get it, I'm going to let it go.
Which doesn't make any sense at all. Now CJ with 10 on the shot clock after this.
Greg Murphy has to be ready to knock this shot down.
CJ up against Marketing. Got 5 Marketing. The teardrop. And the follow won't go for Larry. Can Herb get it? Out of bounds. Gonna belong to the Pels.
There's no more challenges. You can't challenge it.
They're asking the official to look at it.
Yeah. No. They would be back. You got to challenge that. That's in the rule.
Everybody's out.
Everybody's out. So we got to move.
14 to the shot clock. 39 and a half left in overtime. It'll come in to Larry. Comes up too easy. McCollum on a short shot clock. He's working against Clarkson. Step back toss, really tough. And Marketing clears it away at 1 point, lead for the Pels. So now they take their time. Clarkson, he's right. You know that. He wants to go that. On the cover. And a timeout for Will Hardy.
That's a good timeout. Nothing happening. Get something you like.
And even if they didn't need it, we did.
Yeah.
At MMA, talent and teamwork provide world-class service with that local touch. Like innovative ideas and solutions, protect against every risk for your business and employees. Providing personal insurance products to protect private wealth and safeguard families for the future, or providing employee health and benefit programs with an emphasis on cost containment and employee retention. Talent and teamwork. That's been our success story at MMA since 1946.
The NBA is back, and with FanDuel, this season's looking better than ever. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet and get up to $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. Plus, all customers get 3 months of NBA League Pass with a $5 bet from America's #1 sportsbook. That's right. Not only do you get a no-sweat first bet, you can also watch NBA League Pass on us. Make every moment more with FanDuel.
Clarkson's been the guy offensively, but can they stop it? Herb's out there, along with Najee and Jose. It's a defensive lead on the floor for the most part for the Pels. Herb's got Marketing. 10 of the shot clock. How deep does it go? And they call the foul. It'll be free throws. Call the foul on.
They just fouled out. Herb just fouled out.
Yeah. Call the foul out front with 11.5 to go, and a great shooter at the line to give Utah the lead.
And he just said, watch him call the foul.
Yep. The NBA has become like the NFL, where the offensive player has every possible advantage. You watch NFL now, it's like a pass interference almost every time down.
And you can't touch him.
And you can't touch a guy. Like, there has to be, and I'm not saying this isn't a foul, I'm talking about the NBA as a whole.
Consistency in the call.
Right. You just want to see guys be able to defend.
He's going to come there. He's too good a shooter. So it'll be a 1-point game with 11.5 to play, and then you got to believe the Willie's going to call it timeout. Now, Jonas in case there is a miss. You got to believe he's making a pay. 30 on the board. He's 10 of 10 at the free throw line. Larry Marketing for the lead for Utah. Did it at a timeout. So we'll come right back to the Big Easy and see what the Pels have. Can they get it done offensively?
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occur. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
You got to believe Willie Green drew it up for C.J. McCollum. So then the options after they tried to deny C.J.
You see what they're doing? They're putting more marketing with some size on C.J.
He's got to get it in. And timeout has been called. And just in the nick of time. So we'll keep it right here. They're going to deny C.J. if possible. Murphy is the guy out of the wing or in the corner. If they double C.J. as soon as he touches.
But you best believe, as good of a coach as Will Hardy is, you know who they're not going to double up on? Trey Murphy. That's the one guy that they're not going to do. Right, they're going to stay home on Trey Murphy. And you can see they're putting size and length on C.J. McCollum to make him score over the top.
Players do dumb stuff all the time.
Oh, no.
Somebody might leave.
Who you telling? Who you telling?
Tonight. And he was in the starting lineup in the second half due to the injury. They're doing this without Brandon Ingram, don't forget, their best player. So Trey Murphy tonight, 6 of 11, 3-4 from beyond the arc with 16 points and 9 boards. And he is the inbound man. The inbound is always dangerous. Always dangerous because it will come back in his direction.
And Zion hasn't played the last 13 minutes either. So they're doing this without Brandon Ingram, they're doing this without Zion, and also without Jonas Valanciunas.
They were down by 17 with about 8+ to play. It'll come into CJ. CJ gets it. 8.4 to play. Now Utah.
People forget forget C.J. McCollum. People forget Christian James McCollum. They forget it. This dude is a scorer. Yes, on this team right here, without B.I. and with Zion, he may be a third option on most nights. But trust me, this young man can put the ball in the basket.
Well, and also, you know where it's going. And it's still got 20 of the last 26 points for the Pels. That's how tough a scorer he is.
People say that all the time. You can know in this league what's coming. You can know what's coming, and knowing what's coming and stopping what's coming is two completely different things.
Didn't Larry Bird tell people what he's going to do? I'm going to catch the ball right here on the block. I'm going to do block. I'm going to catch it right here, and I'm shooting it in your face. Just because you know what's coming, I don't mean you can stop.
So now it comes down to doing what got this team back in the game. One stop, you win this game.
And also, remember, they're in the bonus. You can't touch them.
We know that's true. We know that's true.
You got some people down here. Utah still hasn't found the give with 8.4. So even if they go early in this, they could find it.
And if Jordan Clarkson gets this basketball, I would think that they're going to Lauri Markkanen again.
Yeah, he's got 31 tonight. He's been almost perfect.
Right, and we already have showed a lot of confidence in Lauri Markkanen actually going to him. And what they're doing, they're putting Mike Conley in the background and allowing now everybody on this side of the floor basically play for one thing.
So bring it on the side with Markkanen. Trey Burton defending the inbound series. Olynyk with Markkanen. And Olynyk flips it home. 3.1 to play. No timeouts left for the Pels. It'll come into CJ. At the buzzer, he hit it. That'll do it. What a comeback by the Pels, regardless of the outcome. So they didn't get to the line in overtime. Give Kelly Olynyk credit because he looked like he had lost the handle. He recovered in time.
Right, and you give the Utah Jazz team credit as a whole. Because for them to at one point to go 1 of 15, to be up, 17 points with about 8 minutes to go, and get that lead up and continue to fight through overtime.
So this is the game winner for Utah.
And he just finished over. He had size and strength advantage over CJ.
Yeah. And this right here, they played it right. They got two guys up on the ball, make it difficult for them. And
no contact either.
Oh, wow. What?
I just thought I'd
ask.
In our FanDuel Players Spotlight. And it was the guy who scored 20 of the last 26 and almost won it at the buzzer for the Pels. And it was C.J. McCollum. Boy, that's filling up the box. 28, 12 dimes.
And they needed all 28. Actually, you needed 31.
Right.
With that 3. Because when you don't have, think about, we've been talking about ad nauseum the big 4, right? B.I. goes out at the end of the first quarter. Zion and Jonas Valanciunas weren't available for the last 13 minutes of this game. So you needed all 28 points and 12 assists just to actually get to this point.
You know, I know hindsight's 20/20, but what really killed the Pels was that timeout they had to use bringing the ball in. Because they couldn't get it in. Right. Otherwise, you advance it with 3.1 to play, and you could get a good look at it on the half-court set. So we're going to wrap it up. David's coming up, along with Aaron. Pelicans live, the post-game show. So the Pelicans suffered the first loss of the season, but man, what a comeback by this young group. Balanced effort. And they battled back to lose it 122-121 in overtime to the now 3-0 Utah Jazz.